All right, guys. Red day today. Market's down about 1%. I would say, I think about 1%. Let me see. Yep, it's Friday. Yeah, market's down. Market's down about 2%. About 2% drop. Uh, Hola, bro, back with me. It's some sand in my boots. Uh, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now, okay? Because I know I'm gonna hear it today. All right. People are gonna say, "Oh, I thought the market was not gonna crash." And so I'm just going to go ahead and put this out now. A 2% drop is not a crash. Okay. Like if we look at a 10-day chart here, we're neutral. We're actually slightly green over the last 10 days. If we look at a 20-day chart, we're very green over the last 20 days. In order for the market to crash, we need something like this, right? The market would have to dip. We're at 404s right now. The market to crash would have to dip under 350s. And again, I'm not even saying we're not going to hit that, but it's nowhere close to where we're at now. It's nowhere close. You know, like we'd have to drop all the way down to 350s and break that level. A crash is 20%. It's literally 10x, you know. So unless we do this for the next 10 days straight, every day, we're not crashing yet. Now, maybe I'll buy the dip. The only reason I'm not buying this dip like I normally would, and I'm in Ford, I'm in Google, we're down a little bit, but again, I'm probably just going to sit on those. Uh, but the only reason I'm not buying this dip is because I think if we do crash, it's going to be next Tuesday. And I think buying stuff right now is risky because that could happen. I'm not saying we're going to crash. I don't think we will, but it could happen. And I'd rather not hold a position that I have to cut within a day. Now, I do think that maybe we get a bounce back today. I think that's a very plausible idea that we could bounce back today. But again, right, I even said yesterday that it was kind of due for a pullback correction. I think that we were up a little bit too much. I said that a bunch of times. And that's exactly how I felt. And it looks like we were right because the market did pull back pretty heavily. Do I like to see it? Not necessarily. I think I'd rather see the market just go straight up, but that's not a reasonable expectation of the market. We are feeling a lot better today, man. I'm just much, I just feel much better. You know, we'll see if it keeps up. All right, guys. So are y'all buying stuff up? I'll tell you this. I'll probably add to my Google trade. Um, we're down about $4 a share in Google. You know, not the end of the world. We're down a little bit in Ford. I'm a little bummed out. I should have taken profit on Ford, I think. But you know, like I said, I believe in Ford long term. They pay out a divvy. The divvy's going to heal some wounds every quarter. So I'll probably just sit in Ford. Ford's going to be fine long term. Uh, all right. So just to give you guys some percentages here, most people consider a crash 15-20%, right? So yeah. So to be honest, in order for us to crash, we would need to break under like 350, the low of the year, if we're going to consider that a crash. Like we'd have to break under 350, the low of the year. And if we do, honestly, I'll start buying stuff up. I'll probably start buying stuff up today, regardless. Uh, but again, this isn't a crash. Yeah. So if we broke the lows, it would be down 13%, which isn't even that big of a crash. Like a crash is kind of more than that. A crash is like 15 to 20%, right? So in order to crash, like we need to drop really under here, you know, like down to 330s, 320s, 330s. So we'd have to drop down here if we're going to be justifiably considered a crash. Um, all right. Yeah, we're making a Twitter post. Let me know if anything you're buying right now. Like, what are y'all buying up? Again, I might add to Ford. I might add to Google. I don't know if I'm going to buy anything, but I might add to those positions and just kind of establish a decent position longer term for those if I really need to. That's kind of my plan right now. Uh, all right. All right. So let's go ahead and take a picture of a 20-day chart. Yeah, there's a 20-day chart. Um, and again, I don't mind this dip. I mean, I think it's a reasonable dip here. Whoa, where did my mouse go? There it is. Okay. All right, guys. The text of your tweet exceeds the maximum limit. What? I'm still above the limit, bro. Bro, it stopped giving me. Let's get the Q chart out of there. There we go. Bro, I'm trying to post this tweet and like it's just not letting me. Yeah, I'm still not ready to buy yet. All right, we're gonna have to just create a new tweet. 280 characters. See, they got their programming a little bit wrong though. Like, there we go. Finally, man, I had to edit so many of those words just to get it out there. Thoughts on PayPal? How did PayPal do? I didn't cover it. Uh, like I said, I've been a little bit sick, and you know, to be honest, I didn't think we're gonna hit 100K this week, and so we're just gonna have to wait till next week. Uh, yeah, interesting market though. I'll tell you that. The question is, do you buy the dip? Is the real question. All right, let me catch back up with chat. Sorry. Yeah, I'll probably add more to Ford. I'll probably add more to Google. Well, there is no GDP numbers, Pampu. So there's no GDP numbers out today, bro, except for maybe Canadian GDP is my Canadian employment numbers come out today. Unemployment, other stuff. But that's it. We don't really have anything else today. The big stuff happened next week. Today we got the University of Michigan consumer sentiment. Next week's the big week though. Next week we got CPI Tuesday, Wednesday retail sales, Thursday jobless claims, building permits, housing starts, Philly Fed manufacturing, and that's excluding the big earnings that we have next week. With just to start it off, Monday we've got Palantir, Avis. Tuesday we got Coca-Cola, Peabody, Marriott, TransUnion, and a bunch of other ones, as well as Airbnb, Upstart, which Herbalife, which we're not going to cover any of those. Wednesday we got Roblox, Trade Desk, Kraft, Krispy Kreme, Shopify, Roku, Cisco, Twilio. Thursday we got Hasbro, Datadog, Crocs, Paramount, DraftKings, Applied Materials. Not really any big earnings next week, to be honest, either, though. The Monday after that's the big week with Walmart, Home Depot, Coinbase, uh, and just a bunch of other stuff coming out. But How's Lyft? Where's Lyft at? I don't know about. I might buy a Lyft dip here too. I hate the T2 rule. Yeah, you gotta wait 2 days. Crash today, bro. Again, I'm gonna talk about this again. In order to be considered a crash, to put this into perspective, guys, like let's look at it, right? In order to be considered a crash, like let's talk about it. All right. In order to be considered a crash, we got to break under here. That's not happening today, man. Like, look here. Y'all are telling me that today the market is going to go like that. Y'all are telling me that's going to happen today. Honestly, if it does, I will buy the dip super fast, man. You know. With that said, we're going to do a poll. Are you buying the dip? Vote on that poll. Yeah, it's just kind of like at a certain point, like the doom and gloom crowd. It's just like, look, man. Like I get it. A lot of big influencers like really want to be right, and I understand that. Like they made a bunch of videos telling people we were gonna crash and all that stuff, and so it's like, we dip like this, crash. uh, but again, y'all have to really understand what it's gonna take for us to crash, which is this. That's the chart would literally have to look like this, team. All right. The chart would literally have to go like this. And that would be a small crash, like 13%, which is a small crash, right? In order to be like 2008 level, it would have to be like this, you know? You know? 13%. This would be 20 for reference. Okay. Right now we are with this. Bloop. 2%. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take a picture of this so people can see it because some people need to see this. There we go. Crocs. Yeah, the GOAT company. Snap? What's Snap at right now? I might buy Lyft, to be honest. Lyft looks like a discount. Snap at 10. Snap's still not cheap enough for me to rebuy it. Zoom out on the charts. I mean, we're looking at it over the last 3 months. We can zoom out, but like a bear market is not a crash. Like dropping over the last year doesn't mean we're crashing. A crash is a quick and sudden drop over 15% usually is what it's considered. Even if we broke the lows, we're down 13%. So it'd still be like some wouldn't even consider that a crash. And if you do, it'd be considered a very small crash, like a baby crash. And so again, like maybe, But we can't have one red day and everybody say, "Aha, I told you." Like it's 2%, man. Like, oh wait, I don't know if I saved this. We just saved this. Yeah, so we put it on Twitter if you guys want to see the crash examples. Yeah, if we crash, honestly, people are acting like I just don't want to crash, right? People are acting like I'm just super extended on the long side. I'm really not. The only thing I'm really holding that might get me in trouble if the market crashes is GOOG. That's the only thing, and it's not a lot. It's not a lot, you know. So if we crash, honestly, I'll probably start buying up stuff. I might buy up stuff today, but the only reason I'm a little bit less likely to is because CPI next week's going to be, you know. So you think we're going lower? Not necessarily. I really don't know. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, if we do drop, yeah. Again, it's one of those things, man. Where yeah, we're still okay. Again, if we do crash big, it's just an opportunity to buy. To be honest, some of my best trades I've ever made were in the middle of big drops where everybody was screaming. You know, like during 2020, when the C word happened in 2020. We had some big extended dips in a lot of different stocks, specifically like MGM, United Airlines were down big, big. And everybody was like, oh, we're going to keep going down. It's going to be fire and brimstone. We're going to keep dropping. And like, I remember just being like, nah, I'm buying this right now. Bought United Airlines, bought MGM call options, bought a bunch of stuff at the bottom, and then just sat there and wrote it back. Within a couple weeks, we were up huge percentages in those stocks, and so it's like if we do crash, which we're certainly not yet, I'll just buy it up. Like I'm okay with that. I really am. I'm not really super extended. Ford is just a small trade that doesn't mean too much. What is the event for crashing BTC? I don't know. Bitcoin's a little bit different. Oh, the music's not playing. My bad. I'm over here bobbing my head listening to it. My bad, guys. Hold on. Yeah, top two crash traders in the world right now. Definitely top two dip buy and crash traders ever. Some say. Yeah, I bought MGM. I bought United Airlines. I bought Uber. Again, I always I put little arrows where I bought them. Uh, United Airlines. We bought this thing at 25. I remember it was like 20s. I don't know if it was a little bit under 25, maybe. But if we zoom out here, we put a weekly chart up, you'll see the dip I'm talking about. This is what a crash looks like on a weekly chart. All right, to put this into perspective, this is what a crash looks like on a weekly chart. All right, so that is what we need. You know, it looks very like, again, this is what a crash would have to look like on the S&P 500. On the SPY, I mean, like that's a crash, right? This currently is not. That's nothing yet. And this is a daily chart. This is a weekly chart too. So on a weekly chart, it's going to be even. This is a weekly chart. So on a weekly chart, a crash would have to look like this. You know, not this. You know what I mean? But yeah, so after 2020, we bought up United Airlines at like 25 bucks, like right around here. And bro, I made a video about it at the time. If you want to see the video, it's an old video, but I can post it. All right, so it was this at the time. I'll show you the video. All right, y'all want to see this video? Literally called it out, bro. Honestly, you can still read the comment section of this video, bro. You want me to read the comment section? Watch. Listen to this. All right, let's read the comments. Did they delete them? Oh, they deleted them, bro. Whoever left the comment has deleted the comment, bro. Oh, dude. It hurts, man. So I literally had some comments here that said garbage pics, bro. All right. Now look at this. I made this video, and this was when the channel was young, and this was a different channel. But in this video, I literally said, hey, look, why I am buying United Airlines stock here. You know, and again, the date of this was 2 years ago, right? Again, 2 years ago. So we're not just BSing here. We bought United Airlines at 25. Got a lot of hate for it. You know, honestly, it's hilarious how you can make a good call out like this. You can have people talk smack to you in the video. Like in the video comments, they're like, these are garbage. And then when you're right, they go delete the comments so you can't criticize them. You love to see it. You love to see it. Been pooping on traders, ishing on traders for the last 2 years. You love to see it. But yeah, we bought it at $25. And again, to see what it did for me in that period of time, and you see to see why they deleted their comments, right? We bought it here. Within a month, it was up like 100%, like literally 100% gain within a month. Within a week, it was up like 40% within a week. Like, look, within a week, we bought it at 25 here. Within a week, it was up to 40. So, you know, oh no, that's 60%. I'm sorry. That's 60 or 70%. Within a week, it was up 70%. We did the same thing with MGM as well. And the logic was that the C word crashed so much hospitality stocks that like MGM was going to be fine. And again, you zoom out here, you look at it. Same thing. We bought this up. We bought a call option is what we did for this one. I remember it distinctly. We bought a call option at around $10 when it was around right here. It was a 2-month call option. And so, you know, we ended up selling it right around here, I think. You know, I can't remember exactly where we sold it, but it was a call option for MGM. We bought Uber. And Uber didn't do like as good as the other ones, but it still did really nice. Like Uber still dipped heavily from all this stuff. Like here's the Uber dip, and we bought it up right around here at like 20, 25 bucks. It was up to 30. So it was up like 20% within a couple weeks. And, you know, we made money on that one, I'm pretty sure too. So it's one of those things where crashes are my favorite time to buy stuff. You know, everybody's doom and gloom. Everybody thinks they're going to crash more each time it happens, and they very rarely do. But yeah, just to show you proof that I actually did buy United Airlines. Like I said, I literally made a video called "Why I Am Buying United Airline" here, and it was at $25 in 2020. Right after that is when I made this video. If you look at the date on this video, let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it gives me a date. May 25th, 2020. So let's look. All right, so yeah, so this was 5/25 is when I posted this video. So I posted this video. Man, United Airlines, bro. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, United Airlines. So this was right here. So I got my dates a little bit off. So I actually bought it. I actually like my average here a little bit better. Right? So I actually bought it here. Let me get the arrow out. I actually bought it right here. I bought that thing right there. You know. And so again, you can see I literally bought it at the perfect time too. I bought it on the 25th right here. And within a week, it was up 100%. Within a week, it was up 100%. Within a week, maybe 2 weeks. Within 2 to 3 weeks, it was up 100%. And if you zoom out on this chart, you see exactly what I mean. I bought it right there. So, you know, we'll take it. But yeah, it goes to show, don't let people discourage your trades. Most of the people discouraging your trades are losing traders. You know, you got to learn to just tune them out, because you know, anybody that's openly discouraging trades and talking smack about your trades is probably just insecure about their own stuff. So ancient history, bro? Nah, man. This was a few years ago. I think it's important to teach people. This was the last crash I can use as an example. And so, of course, we're going to go back. Like, people are talking about a crash. We talked about buying up stuff during a crash. And so, of course, we're going to look back at the last crash and show people what we actually bought. You know. Yeah, bro, you should have heard all the stuff I was hearing at the time, Snow. Like, bro, I was hearing so many people, and I was arguing with them just like I'm arguing with people now, right? Like, I was arguing with everybody because everybody tried to, like, at that time, I was like, hey guys, everything's super cheap. Like, my general consensus was like, yo, everything's super cheap. I'm buying up all this different stuff. Like this, I'm buying United Airlines, I'm buying MGM, I'm buying Uber. I was super excited about it. I was like, hey everybody, I'm buying up all this stuff, right? And it's like everybody was like, no, you know, buying up stuff is dumb right now. The market's gonna keep crashing. Watch, it's gonna get so much worse. Just watch. And I was like, bro, we're already down like 15%. Like, how much worse do you want it to get? You know, like, even if we do drop more, same logic at the time that I have now. You know, same logic. Even if we do drop more, I could sit on these stocks and eventually they're going to be green. And so, yeah, in the end, you gotta buy discounts when they're there. You know, if you keep wanting more dips and more dips, again, the market's not going to drop 30, 40, 50% usually. You know, that's a very rare thing. And so if we drop big percentages, I'm probably going to scoop stuff up. Yeah, Lyft, man. Lyft. Look forward to your live sessions every trading day. Keep up the great work and just love your reliability to being present with us every morning. Hey, thank you, Toronto. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the love for sure, bro. What's up, Daniel? Yeah, best time to buy is when there's blood running in the streets. Who said that? Was it Rockefeller? I want to say it was Rockefeller, right? Let me see. When there's blood in the streets. It was Nathan Rothschild, a 19th century British financier. So yeah, it was a Rothschild that said that. But still, I mean, they got some money, you know. Yeah, for sure, Dins, 100%. Yeah, greedy when others are fearful, fearful when others are greedy, 100%. Yeah, I might buy Lyft today too, to be honest. Like, I might scoop Lyft up. Again, the only thing though, here's the reality of it, right? This is my general consensus today: is that I'd like to buy the dip. Number one, it's not super big of a dip. It's only $2. It's only 2%, and so we're only down 2%. Okay. We also have CPI Tuesday, which I would prefer to buy after CPI. Like, if we get more big drops after CPI, then I might really start buying stuff. But for now, I'm not going to buy anything big. Google will play today. Yeah, I might add some to that, but it's not going to be much. Again, I'm not super confident. I'll hold Google as long as I need to hold it, to be honest. But like, I'm not super confident in an ad here because I'm not gonna sell, I don't think, today. But I'm not gonna add too much more to this because again, CPI looming next week is big, and I'm not trying to get stuck in a huge, a huge drop. You know what I mean? So because of that, I gotta just take it slow. Let's look at our polls numbers. Our polls numbers are pretty 50-50 split. 50 yes, 50 no, out of about 200 plus votes. Bitcoin dipping right now. Well, yeah, the whole market's dipping. But we're not gonna have never-ending green days. It's just not. It's just not what it is. All right, guys. So, I went to the eye doctor yesterday, bro. What the eye doctor suspects for me, and it was actually really good to get some type of diagnosis here. What the eye doctor suspects is that I have astigmatism in my eyes that is making it so that that I have astigmatism in my eyes. So when I'm concentrating at up close things, like right when I'm really looking at things up close, it's hurting my eyes. And so she actually wrote me a new prescription. She said that my glasses were probably a little bit too strong that I liked the really strong ones, but that the really strong ones were probably hurting my eyes because they're zooming in too much, basically. And so she wrote me what's called like computer glasses, which fix my vision enough. They also have blue blocking glasses put in there, right? So when I'm looking at stuff up close, it doesn't give me eye strain, and it makes perfect sense because when I'm not at the computer, I don't get the eye pain. You know, like on weekends, my eyes feel much better, and so. But again, name me some stuff you're buying up here. Need a backup to YouTube? What do you mean? Nah, man. I mean, listen. At this point in time, I've saved up enough money to be content. You know, I really have. You know what I mean? Like I've also am reactivating my real estate license pretty soon. Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, well, good luck, Marcus. Hope you make some money, brother. Yeah, I'll probably buy Lyft today too. To be honest, here, I'll probably buy up Lyft too. It's gonna be small. Yeah, but in Cal, like I said, man, there's a specific reason it's been hurting my eyes. Like I'll put it this way. Okay, here's the easiest way to put it. Right. I've been sitting at a computer for years and years. Never had any eye problems. Eyes have never really hurt like that. And so essentially what happened is like I have astigmatism in my eyes where I just need kind of glasses for it, is what it is. Lyft is going to go bankrupt. Oof, I don't know, maybe. But that's why it's going to be small share size. To where if I lose, it's not the end of the world. A 5 to 7% correction and a reset for next week's CPI, maybe. Yeah, for sure. Microsoft. All right, guys. So we're getting ready to the point where we can finally start adding on TOS. Tesla? Yeah, where's Tesla at? Yeah, Tesla. Again, we're almost ready to trade. We're almost ready to trade. So it is 6 o'clock. So again, I'm probably gonna buy some lift here. Um, like I'm gonna buy up lift. Again, it's gonna be a small. Like it's not a big trade. But just because, you know. All right, we are in lift. No, we're not filled yet. Hold on, let me see if it'll fill me. All right, so we are in lift. Gonna add a little bit more to my Google trade. I just added a little bit more. Slowly adding to it. All right, we're in more Google. Ball lift and more Google. SPY started bounce back. We're at 4,460s. Bankrupt for lift, maybe. I mean, what caused the dip? Why did the green outlook of the beginning of the week change? What green outlook? And again, the dip is mostly caused by extension. If you heard me talk yesterday, I told you guys I thought we were a little bit extended on the upside. I thought we pushed up too much, and so I thought we might correct a little bit as well. Every time somebody was like, "Hey, I think we might correct a little bit," I told them I was like, "Yeah, I think we might too," because I think that was just reasonable to expect after a certain point. Like again, if you look at a 20-day chart, we're still green on the last 20 days, but the market's not going to go up forever here. You know, it's not something where the market's just going to go up, 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 and never stop. And we never thought that. Like we never told people that. In fact, we told people the opposite, which is that we thought we were due for a correction. At the same time, though, if you look at a SPY, again, here's a 20-day chart. All right, so here's the last 20 days of price action on the SPY. We're still green. You know, we're still very green, in fact, over the last 20 days. And so it's one of those things where, you know, it's not time to get doom and gloomy yet. Now, maybe we keep dipping, but it's just not time for that yet. Yeah, moving up like we did was just not sustainable, 100%. It's just one of those things where we're just moving up too much. And again, we're not going to keep going up forever. But again, a 20-day chart is green still for those that are saying we're crashing or the sky is falling. A 10-day chart is still green, in fact, as well. I like that little sound bar in there, sound bite. Yeah, when's Bard supposed to come out? All right, Google back up to 95. I mean, it's coming back a little bit. Yeah, what's Tesla doing here? So there's Apple on the left. Apple's dipping too. Again, the big thing is CPI though. CPI means the most. Apple is what's dragging the market up currently. But CPI matters more than anything else. Tuesday of next week. That's probably when we're going to hit 100K too, is my guess here. It's probably where we're going to hit 100K. But again, we bought Lyft as well. We'll see if Lyft works. Yeah, I have Achilles. Try the night light. I have the night light up. But I'll try that. Chrome. What did you say it was, Chrome? Yeah, CPI streams are big, man. They're fun. Settings, device, display, color, temperature. There's no color temperature option. All right, so SPY's still testing the lows now is really what's going on. Lift, we're up a little bit, but yeah, I don't see that in Chrome. I'm looking at it, but appearance, no, I don't see any of this stuff. Yeah, I got lift at 1090 is my entry for lift. Apple broke over the VWAP here again. We'll see if we bounce. Tesla coming back. Yeah, so I can look at Tesla here. Tesla at 202s, 203, so it's starting to move up a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, again, the drops now are not from what JP said, 4 to 5 days ago. Like, it's not going to lag for 4 days and then all of a sudden react to it. I know people who said that was bearish are going to try to say that, but again, that's just not what's happening right now. Like, this is news. This is a news drop that we're getting in the market mostly. It's a catalyst-driven dip that we got yesterday. All right, Tesla started to dip here. Yeah, so Russia's going to cut oil output by 5%. A lot of overseas news is affecting the market too. Yeah, it was time. Like I said, the correction was needed. Like we were just up so much, man, to the point where it's like everybody kept asking me, "Hey, John, are you buying up stuff?" And I was like, "No." If you guys remember, like we had a lot of people saying, "Hey, John, are you buying up stuff?" And I said no a bunch of times. I was like, "No, I'm not buying up stuff." Why are you not buying up stuff? Because the market's just too extended on the upside for me right now. This is what I'd always say, and it's true. The market was too extended. Maybe I start buying dips now, though. Like it's possible. Maybe we start buying dips. But yesterday the market was too extended at the open. But with that said, maybe we get some good movement now. PayPal earnings. So we can take a look at PayPal here. PayPal dropped earnings. We didn't stream these like we normally do for PayPal. PayPal dropped 124 revenue of 7.4 billion. So slightly beat revenue numbers. All right, thank you, man. So here's PayPal's data right there. What's the error in the scroller? Oh, I see it. Okay, gotcha. My bad. There we go. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the update on that, man. Yeah, I can get a headache now. I can already feel the headache coming in, man. Might wear some glasses here. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, PayPal had pretty neutral results. Like they weren't terrible, they weren't great. Pretty neutral. Yeah, maybe it's dehydration. I can go get some water. That might be a good idea, to be honest. PayPal actually moving up a little bit. Lyft is up too. And so again, we bought Lyft. Um, PayPal up to 79s here. Google at almost 95s. Here's the SPY. Tesla started rebound here. Getting some stuff rebounding here. PayPal bouncing back. Again, Lyft is up, so we're green on that. Google started to bounce too. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some water. All right. We are back. Like I said, we are back. Every time I do this, my headphones have to get reset for whatever reason, man. Let me fix this. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drink this water. Probably need it. I don't drink too much coffee. I drink 1 cup in the morning usually. But why is the market going down so heavily? I mean, we're down 2%, man. Again, we're still green over the last 10, 20 days. Like, is the market down today? Sure, but we're not like, it's not crashing. Again, we posted a Twitter post because I know we're going to have some people that act like we're crashing, but 2%, 2% is 2%, you know. All right, guys, Tesla up to 203s. Lyft is actually up nice. Lyft is up to like 11.15s right now. Yeah, don't judge me. I'm gonna have to wear glasses today because, man, getting eye pain already, which this early in the stream is just not good. You know. Um, I got some prednisone eye drops. I wonder if I should wear those until I get my prescription fixed. Part of me thinks I should. Yeah, I could turn the light on. That might help a little bit. Let me try that. Yeah, I've got blue block glasses right now. And I actually went to the eye doctor yesterday, and she said that her theory was that the computer is straining my eyes each morning. And that it's because I have astigmatism. So my up close vision, when I have to concentrate for long periods of time, my vision's not perfect up close. And so the longer I do it, the more headaches I get, which made sense, right? So they gave me another prescription for a new they wrote me another prescription that aren't my nearsighted glasses. Like generally, I take nearsighted glasses. They wrote me another prescription that's not for that, or that corrects my nearsighted vision some, but not a huge amount. But also fixes the astigmatism that I have up close, so that it, basically, I don't get headaches. Which I'm really looking forward to getting those glasses back. I should get them sometime within the next, I should get them sometime within the next week or two. Hopefully sooner. Yeah, I've got a desk lamp right there. But here, I'm going to turn my lights on. It's just better. I can see a little bit brighter. It's just better to use right now. Um, I think it's going to be less strain on my eyes, and with brightness, kind of need it. So. Yeah, what I really need is sunlight. I even told Carol what I might do for my stream is take a break every morning when the sun starts to come out and go sit outside for like 3 minutes. Sunlight's super important for your eyes. And when I wake up, it's dark. And so there's no sunlight when I wake up. Like I get up at 4:30 Texas time. All right, so 4:30 Central Time. So when I wake up, it's super dark. It's so yeah, I think it's time to just turn the lights on. I just kind of need it. Hey, what's up, Ollie? Hey, what's up, man? Hey, good morning. Again, we bought Lyft this morning. We added a little bit to our Google trade. AI stocks, not like main AI stocks that you would normally look at, you know. Like I like Microsoft. I've been trading Microsoft a decent amount. You know what I mean? So like I like some of that, but I cut it. And again, I was waiting for a pullback, which we kind of got one already. I bought Google as well. You know, Microsoft gave us a nice little dip that again I might really genuinely consider. Um, but just again, trying to be patient. And I thought prior to this, the market was just a little bit too extended on the upside. So I thought the market was just too extended on the upside for me to take any big, uh, like long positions. The only one I really took was Google, and that's because it dipped heavily. And so with that, like I buy in Google, but even now I'm hesitant to buy up anything major with like big positions because of CPI next week, right? CPI drops Tuesday. That's going to wildly influence everything. I'm skeptical to take any like big positions ahead of CPI report because again, it could just move markets drastically. Um, and again, we'll see, but yeah. What I'd prefer to do is just wait for CPI to show up, and if we drop big, then I'll really start adding some stuff. You know, is essentially what I'm looking at. Yeah, we get some nice little, you know, a little bounce back in jeez, man. Unlucky. Uh yeah, barefoot in the ground open. Yeah, I've heard grass is really good. Okay, anyone in the Discord have me settle a debate we got? All right, I got you, bro. Hold on. Let me check it out. Go with the blue. The blue sticks out more. The light blue, in my opinion, sticks out more. With a store like this, you want it to be seen and remembered, right? Regardless of how like good it looks, like how pretty it looks, like you want it to be seen. And I think the light blue makes it seen, you know. And I think it looks good. You know, it's brighter. You know what I mean? I think people will remember it more when it's light blue relative to dark, you know. And I think you want it to be lighter colors because it's gonna be more bright and well seen. All right, guys, market's still rebounding a little bit here. Again, we bought up Lyft. We are in Google currently. Yeah, and again, today what I might do is I might walk out the door when it gets bright outside. Like maybe at like, let me see what time the sun comes out. 7:06. So in like 30 minutes, I might take a little trip outside. You know. Yeah, I like the blue. I think the blue meshes well. It goes well. You know. Um, it's brighter. People can see it easier. You know what I mean? I think there's just a lot of reasons to go with the blue. All right, guys. Tesla bouncing up a little bit. All right. Honestly, the turning the lights on in my room definitely helped. So maybe I just got to sit in here in the light. I like it dark in the morning, but this definitely helped. You know, I mean, y'all could also see like, you know, how handsome I am right now too. So I mean, listen, you know, maybe we're just gonna sit in the bright room in the morning here. Tesla bouncing back a little bit. It's also at 203.50s. So we're also at 203.50s. We'll see if we continue to bounce back, but this helped. So hey, we'll see if it helps, man. I guess it figures sitting in a dark room is probably not the best move. All right, guys. So yeah, plus y'all can see my library. Yeah, CPI Tuesday is gonna wildly influence everything. Honestly, we're starting to get a little bounce back in the market here. So we're starting to bounce back a little bit here. Yeah, so our average is about 97s for Google, so we still got some room, but you know, we're looking a little bit better. Uh, can y'all not hear the music? Hey, can y'all hear the music? You should be able to. If you can, let me know. I'll turn it on. It should be on. I know I had to switch my headphone stuff. Okay, music's on. Okay, good. Yeah, but SPY bouncing all the way back to 405s. What is Ford's PE? It's low, but it's a dividend paying stock, right? So it's low, but it's a dividend paying stock. So I mean, it's going to be low. Ford PE ratio is. I have to go back and look at what Ford's PE is. I can look back on it. Hold on, I can calculate it myself. Right, so Ford has a yearly EPS. Wait, I don't understand. Ford, it's not showing, but prior to this, it was like 12. or like 15 or something like that, you know. All right, so VY moving up to test the spy moving up to test the VWAP here. Music's on, cool. Yeah, yeah, we got the music and the lights on here. Is my printer on over here? Where's my printer at, bro? There that thing is. There's my printer. All right. No. Snow. No, it doesn't. Not that I know of. At least. I don't think it does. Lyft still bouncing back. Google has effectively rebounded to green on the day, believe it or not. Google is now effectively green on the day. Um, yeah, and Ford is a long-term hold if we need it to be. You know what I mean? Like we're down on it, but it's not a big L right now. I trade Nasdaq futures. Yeah, we got CPI next week. We've got some earnings next week, but next week's actually a pretty slow week with regards to earnings as well. Hey, so Google is starting to bounce back. Actually, pretty solid for me. My average really isn't that bad either. So Google's starting to bounce back a little bit. We'll see if it keeps bouncing, but down we go. Yeah, I mean we're down like 2%. You know. Again, maybe we buy dips, maybe we don't, but we're down 2%. All right, so Kraken shut down staking, crypto staking, following some SEC charges. Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, Google's a good long-term hold. Again, I'm just sitting in it right now. You really got to kind of explain to people, look, we're not crashing today. The market has not crashed. We're down 2%. Again, to show people what we did this morning, in order for the market to actually crash, okay, here's the SPY. Here's the daily chart, right? Here's the daily chart. All right, in order for the market to actually crash, instead of looking like this, we'd have to look like this, you know? So nowhere even close to a crash yet. Now, the real question is, do you buy the dip today? I think is the question. The real question is, do you buy the dip today? It's a big question. Do we buy the dip today? I don't know. I bought up some stuff. We're actually green on Google today. We bought up Lyft, but Lyft has some risk too. It's going bankrupt potentially. So, there's some risks in Lyft as well. I bought the dip. Hey, good luck, man. Again, I'm gonna wait. We have a CPI dropping Tuesday of next week, so I'm gonna wait to take any huge positions. I just don't think it's worth it to take any big positions right now, with big data coming out next week. It's just big data. It's very relevant data. CPI, PPI. I don't know if PPI comes out next week. I'll have to check. Let me look. Let me look up next week. So I know we got CPI next week. Let me see what else we got. I'm gonna go look through the entire week of next week to see what kind of data we have. So what I'm seeing right now, Tuesday we got CPI, some other stuff. Wednesday we have retail sales Wednesday. So Wednesday we have retail sales, manufacturing sales, industrial production numbers, manufacturing production numbers, business inventories, crude oil inventories. Wednesday. Thursday we got jobless claims next week. So Thursday we got the Philly Fed index actually too. So Thursday we've got the Philly Fed index. Wait. Do we not have jobless claims Thursday? Why? That's weird. It's usually almost every week. Every Thursday we have jobless claims, but next Thursday, strange. Oh, so next week we got PPI on Thursday. So Thursday we got PPI on the 16th. We got CPI Tuesday, PPI Thursday. Wednesday we got retail sales. So Wednesday we got retail sales. And then Friday we don't have anything. But still, wait. Maybe, yeah, Friday we have nothing. But busy week next week. We got CPI Tuesday, retail sales Wednesday. Thursday, we've got jobless claims, PPI, and a bunch of other stuff. And then nothing really Friday. And that's excluding the stuff we got going on with earnings. So that's excluding the earnings that we have dropping next week as well, which are going to be big and relevant and important. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But that's kind of the nuance of the market right now. Is the market closed Monday? I don't think so. What's Monday? Is it a holiday? Is it? Oh, it's Martin Luther King Day. Is it? Oh no, Martin Luther King Day was on the 16th. So yeah, we don't have anything closed Monday. No, it's not. Well, Wednesday we got retail sales. Thursday's the bigger day. So Tuesday and Thursday of next week are the big days, to put it into perspective. So Tuesday is CPI, Thursday is PPI. So in inflationary metrics, there's two different sides of it, right? You got CPI, which is consumer prices and how much prices are rising for consumers. That's CPI. Uh, the other side of that is PPI, which is how much prices are rising for sellers or producers, which is PPI stands for the Producer Price Index. Sunday's the Super Bowl. So Sunday is the Super Bowl. Um, so we got CPI, we got PPI dropping next week, which are going to be big. That's when we're going to hit 100,000 almost certainly, is next week. Uh, Joel, so we probably got a bunch of other reports too, to be honest. But that's what we got next week. You know? Yeah, I hope the Eagles and Jalen Hurts wins too, to be honest here. I want the Eagles and Jalen Hurts to win. 100K, yeah. So we'll see. I don't really bet on the Super Bowl. I just don't see a use in it. You know. Again, Google looking good, man. Google's trying to go. Google is. I'm green on the day in Google. Number one. So we're green in Google. So green in Google. Green on Lyft right now too. What's the other trades we're in right now? I think we're in Ford, right? We're not. I don't think we're green in Ford, unfortunately. Um, Tesla, yeah, Tesla is over VWAP at 203s here. SPY with a little pullback. PayPal had earnings yesterday. We covered them in chat. We also got AMC down there at 520s. We got Ape. A lot of people talking about Google down, but Google were actually green on the day, believe it or not. I don't know how, but looks like my previous closing price might be just a tad bit off here. Looks like, yeah. Yeah, Will, again, I'm going to tell you this. Will says, I don't feel like there are a lot of people going to thrift stores for books where I live. That might be true, but that means that the market's not going to be good enough. Again, I did this for years. I earned a living off of this for years and years. Okay. Like I really did. Like I know how to do it. I've written books about this. Like, again, I know how to do it. It's so saturated right now. You don't want to do that, bro. Like you don't want to do it. There's too many people that do it. And if you, number one, you got to be in a bigger city. If you're in a small town, it's not going to work. You're just not going to have enough inventory to really make it worth your time. Like you're just not. Like you're not going to have big enough inventory amounts to make it really justifiable for you to go out there and spend your time doing it. You're just not going to have enough, right? If you do live in a big city, it's going to be so saturated from other people doing it. The best results I got when I did this was charity thrift shops, right? I used to go to charity thrift shops, like niche, like religious, like Christian thrift shops that were selling books for like 25 cents, 50 cents. That's where I used to go. And I made so much money doing that. So much money doing that. But again, in my opinion, number one, it's not worth my time. It's hard work, bro. It's not easy work. People look at it like, oh, it's free money. It's not. That's hard work, man. It's not easy to do. You got to stand up, hunch over, look at books. It takes time. You got to stand up for hours and hours at a time. It's just hard work, man. But at the same time, it's good money if you want to work for yourself. But I think at this point, you might be able to get away with doing it, but it's probably pretty saturated at this point in time. Like, it's not going to be easy to get it done. The margins are not going to be great. Amazon takes a big cut, man. They take a big cut. That's the biggest killer of it. Like, if you kept all the profit, it would be great. But Amazon takes a big cut, right? So it's like you might go there and you might make, like, gross, you might make a couple $1,000s a month from it. But Big Papa Amazon's going to come along and take, 30-40% of that, so you're going to make, 1,000. Again, you could do it. It's a lot of work. The margins aren't great. You get some, if you're in a big city, it's going to be super saturated with regards to people doing it. If you're not in a big city, it's not going to be worth it. That got big like a couple, like a decade ago. That was big. And that's when I was doing it. But over time, again, it's just not quite, it just wasn't worth it. Some of these books are probably valuable that I got in my library. Like, again, now that I have the lights on, like, some of these are probably worth something, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to spend my time doing that. Yeah, you'd make more money just being a driver or working for yourself as like a driver or whatever it is, All right, Google. Hey, we're up again in Google. Yeah, you can buy them by the pallet. You can buy by the truckload too. We did that for a while as well. Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, listen, bro, I don't want to discourage you, bro. If you're in a small town, it's 100% not going to be worth it, dude. Okay, it's 100% not going to be worth it. If you're in a big city, it could be. What I recommend is that you find the busiest one and you get up super early. This is what I used to do. I'd find the busiest one in my city. I'd get up super early and I'd be there when they open the doors. And I'd walk in and I'd go scan every book they had. Also, make friends with the employees at Goodwills. Like, Goodwills are good people, man. Like, they hire, like, just make friends with them, bro. Like, I was nice to them. I was friends with all the people that work there. And so when they got new shipments of books and I was there, they'd come up to me and they'd be like, "Yo, John, you wanna scan these?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." But again, this is when I was in my early 20s. Again, it's been so long since I've done it. I don't know whether it's profitable to do so or not. You know what I mean? I really don't know. Yeah, that's pretty cool, XO. Uh, oh, dude, it is super cutthroat, Larry. It's one of those things, though. To be honest, man, like, you meet people there, and they're doing the same thing. Most of the people you meet there are rookies, though. Like, I had a legit business for it. Like, I had a legit business. So what I meant by that was, like, I had an actual Bluetooth barcode scanner. Like, you see people scanning stuff with their phones. Those are rookies, to be honest. It takes so long, bro. It takes so long. You got to wait like 5-10 seconds each book. Think about how long that's going to take to scan those books, bro. I would come along and I would download the entire database to my phone. And I would have a Bluetooth barcode scanner that I could literally just go ding, 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 and just scan books within a quarter of a second. And I would program it to where it would jingle if it hit my parameters. Like, if it was over $20 in value and it was less than $1, whatever it is, it would jingle. And so I didn't even have to look at my phone. I would just listen for the ring, and I would just scan, listen for the ring. When the ring went off, I'd grab it, throw it in my cart, and just move on. And then at the very end, I would scan all of them again to make sure they're what I want. Most of the people are not doing that, though. Most of the people that are there are scanning with their phone, and it's taken a long time to do. And it is what it is. We got a Patreon. Again, though, I don't want to offer, I don't want to offer any paid content. And so, like, we have a Patreon. And again, it's patreon.com/beginner trading. Here it is right here if you want to check it out. Right. Yeah, it's just not a profitable thing, anymore. It used to be, but then at this point, it's just not. It's not worth it. Again, the margins aren't good enough. The saturation is really what kills it. Well, like again, I did this a decade ago, right? So when I did this, I would almost never see anybody else that was doing it. Um, all right, guys. Hey, I'm gonna go catch some sunlight real quick. Or actually, in about about 10 minutes, I'm gonna go catch out some sunlight. Um, hmm. Hey man, how you doing, bud? Love you, buddy. Feeling okay today, man? Love you, buddy. Hey, don't mess with that, bro. I said, don't mess with it, man. Come on, listen, buddy. All right. Love you, buddy. Love you. Have a good day at school, guys. Huh? Yeah, or you can leave it on as long as the heater's not on. Yeah, you can leave it on. All right, love y'all. But yeah, when I first started doing it, I never saw anybody there that was doing it, right? Towards the end of it, like when I stopped doing it, like 6 years ago, maybe, every time I go to a store, I'd see 3, 4 other people just racing to get it done. It got to a point where the margins already weren't great. They definitely weren't good after you, like towards the end of it. So it is what it is, but Ford is down. I don't know why Ford is down today. Ford is down. Again, I might add a little bit to my Ford trade too. Let me see. All right, so Ford CEO commented on missing fourth quarter profit guidance and disappointing quarter four. So he just said some stuff. He said they need clear goals, performance metrics. So that's essentially what happened. And again, I might add a little bit to Ford, to be honest here. I mean, there's a lot of them, CT. Yeah, I was using one called a seller tool. All one word, a seller tool, all one word. I was using a barcode scanner called KDC 200, I think is what it was called. It was like $300. But like I said, I actually had a business around this thing, man. Yeah, it looked like this. It's called a KDC 200 is what it was called. Yeah, it looked like this right here. You program it to hook it up to your phone and, but again, I know it sounds tempting and I kind of miss doing it. I really do. I genuinely miss doing it to a certain extent because it's kind of like a treasure hunt and it's kind of addicting to do it because like I found books that were worth like $1,000 and I sold for like $1,000 that I bought for 50 cents, and so it's very tempting to do it. But trust me when I say this, it is no longer profitable to do so. You're gonna make better money working at McDonald's. You're gonna make better money working at Amazon, like actually at Amazon. Again, it's just not as profitable anymore. It's been years and years though. Yeah, man, market's down about 2% today. Yeah, in about 5 minutes, guys, I'm gonna go catch some sunlight. It's a Friday. I mean, I know we're hanging out here and stuff, but in a couple minutes, we're gonna go catch some sun. Yeah, for sure. But hey, thank you, Achilles. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stay streaming, guys. I'm not stopping streaming. I'm just gonna take it again. I think something that's good. Sunlight is super important, right? So sunlight is super important. The problem with me streaming is like I get up at 4:30 every morning, so I'm up early every day. By the time I get up, I'm in Texas, so I'm up at 4:30 Texas time. When I get up, it's dark. Like when I get up in the morning, like look, this is my sun right now. If y'all actually want to see it. Like, it's only just now getting light outside, you know? And so I think it's really bad to wake up like I do and never have any sunlight. And so something I might do on slow days and maybe Fridays is I might go sit outside for like at least a minute or two and get some sun. It's probably better for my eyes. So I'm gonna let the sun come out a little bit first, but then once it does, I'm gonna take a step outside. But it's not right now. It's not out quite yet. We've had a pretty good week in Top Step too. So let me reset Top Step, and you can look at kind of how my week has been so far. We lost yesterday. We did have an L day yesterday. So let me go ahead and reset this. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe he is. I don't know. All right, market started to crack under lows here. Again, I'm going to show you guys my trades from yesterday. I'm trying to pull up my trades from yesterday. It's taking a little while. Let me see. Performance. Switch out of that. Oh, yesterday. Okay, so yeah, we lost a little bit yesterday. Lost about 60 bucks, but it's nothing compared to the last 7 days here. Last 7 days have been pretty green. We're going to try to keep that up. You know what my problem on Twitter is? Like, you know what my genuine problem with Twitter is that when somebody replies, it doesn't give me a link to what they freaking replied to. You know? Like when somebody replies, it doesn't say, hey, here's the post they're replying to. It just says replying to so-and-so, but not the actual post that they're freaking replying to. It's weird, you know? And maybe they do show it and I'm just dumb, you know? Okay, I figured it out. They did actually do that, but I get lost when they're trying to navigate this. All right, so who y'all got this weekend, team? Who y'all have this weekend? Hurts or Mahomes? Let me know. Hurts or Mahomes? Again, SPY cracking under lows here. Google's still falling. Tesla's still looking okay. Kansas City? I hope not, bro. I hope the Eagles get it done, bro. I really hope the Eagles get it done. I want Jalen Hurts to take it, you know. I get breaking news notifications on Twitter that were posted 3 days ago. Hey, yeah, the Eagles have the better record this year for sure. Tesla's still moving up. So Tesla's still going. Again, Google's bounced back to 95 still. So it's still all right. Yeah, Mahomes, I mean, he's all right. I just think the Eagles are the better team. All right, guys, bear with me. I'll be right back. Go and get some sun. I'll be right back. All right, we're going to be right back. All right, we are back. We got some sunlight. We needed it, to be honest here. We got some sun. We needed it. Feels good, man. Feels good. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Yeah, it was only a couple minutes. My son was out there arguing with me, so it kind of ruined my couple minutes of, peace. My son came out there saying, "Daddy, it's not that cold outside. I want to wear shorts today." I said, "No, bro, it's cold. Put on some pants." "No, I don't want to wear pants. I never get to wear shorts." It's like, yeah, because it's freaking early February. Put some pants on, sir. You know? At a certain point, I'm just like, I'm going inside. Kids, man. Ridiculous. For whatever reason, he thinks wearing pants is like the worst thing you could ever do to him. Yeah, it's cold outside today. Currently, it is 51 degrees, which is cold. All right, market bouncing back after cracking lows. Tesla still bouncing up a little bit. But yeah, Jack ruined my peace outside, man. Yeah, man. Like, again, pants is like getting banished. You know? Yeah, I bought Lyft. I bought Lyft already. We bought Lyft. We added some more to Ford. We added some more to Google. We're up in Lyft. Google, we're down a little bit, but I'm gonna give it some time. Oh, 50 is cold in Texas. Market's bouncing up a little bit again. Tesla bouncing at 203s here, 203s. Yeah, who knew pants were so evil? You know what I mean? I just sold my car to buy more Tesla. Epic or bad move? I would say that's a pretty bad move, bro. Tesla is up 100% over the last couple weeks. So I just think because of the extension there, that's a risky move. Maybe it works out for you, bro. But selling your car, it seems like you're gambling here, brother. No offense. But if you're selling something you need and buying shares of a super volatile stock that's up 100% over the last couple weeks, you might be FOMOing that thing, man. Again, I hope it works out for you, bro. I really do. But I think CPI is going to influence everything. Tuesday, PPI is Thursday. Those are going to, big influence the markets. Yeah, now I'm a huge wimp. Thoughts on PayPal? I don't know. PayPal is pretty neutral from their report. Again, pretty neutral for PayPal. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if I trust it. I think crypto could take a lot of value away from PayPal over time, so I'm just skeptical of it. Market's bouncing back though. SPY back up to 40460s. You think CPI will be good or bad? I really don't know what CPI is going to come in at. Um, it's essentially just a guess, to be honest here. It's essentially just a guess. So I really don't know if CPI is going to be good, bad, positive, negative, any of that stuff. I really have no idea. Uh, I hope it's good, but it certainly could be bad as well. Um, you know, so I hope it's good, but yeah, like I said, it could definitely be bad. Market up to 4460s here. Tesla pull it back. It's at 203s right now. 203s. Yeah, I'm curious to what we get in the market right now. I'm waiting. Hopefully we get some good stuff. Google bouncing back a little bit. SPY bouncing back. Uh, again, we bought lift. We're slightly greeted lift. We added a little bit to our forward position since we dipped so much, to be honest. And so that looks all right. Again, we are in Google here as well. Hey, all good, guys. Thanks, man. No real important data coming out today. Stocks. Most of the big data is coming out next week. Next week's when the big data comes out. So nothing really major here this week with regards to like economic data or anything like that. Just nothing big. Uh, Hey, thank you for complimenting the music, bro. We got a lot of haters on this music that we listen to. And again, it's not even that I like the music. I like this beat. This beat's nice. Google green on the day. So Google is back actually effectively green on the day right now for Google. Google is now effectively green on the day. We'll see if it keeps up, man. Again, we bought forward, we bought lift. We'll see what happens. Yeah, definitely top three. Music's in the world right now for sure. Definitely top three. Yeah, the University of Michigan consumer data comes out today. That'll be relevant. Again, it's not super relevant, like it's not huge to put it into perspective, right? So today we got the UMich consumer sentiment data. Um, Again, so today is the 10th. University of Michigan data coming out today. So yeah, the University of Michigan data, again, it's not really big. 5-year expectations and stuff. Again, it's not huge. But it'll be somewhat relevant. I mean, we can cover it. Let me find this. Yeah, never seen Lotus. Is it good? What's it about? Yeah, I'm sitting on the side right now until CPI comes out. Is really kind of what I'm doing. Is sitting on the side until CPI comes out. You know. PayPal, yeah, I see PayPal moving up a little bit. I just don't trust it. Again, I don't trust PayPal because of the potential crypto implications of CPI is not today, Kieran. CPI is next week. So yeah, CPI is next week. And CPI will be a big influence over markets next week. But for this week, we're a little bit slow and just kind of dull. I wish the market go back up. I hope it does too, man. We'll see if it does, though. You know, big if. But yeah, so today we got the University of Michigan consumer data basically dropping today. Again, I don't know if it's gonna be good, bad. We'll kind of mess with the stream a little bit, see if we can get some good stuff. When bull, yeah, I mean, I think the market was extended yesterday, guys. Like I said, people asked me a few times, "Hey, what are you buying right now?" I told them I'm not buying anything because I think the market's a little bit too extended on the upside, and it just was, man. The market's been green, like really green, for a while now. Um, the market had been really green for a while now, and so at a certain point, continuing to go up is just not a reasonable expectation. Uh, Continuing to move up is just not a reasonable expectation at a certain point. And I think, the market is up so much over the last couple weeks that, a lot of people are going to look at the market like, hey, we're just too high. Like, we're just too extended on the upside. Yeah, what's up, Derek? Yeah, and again, I mean, we might have some bears that try to say "I told you so," but again, I mean, let's really look at this. I talked about this a few times. Here's a daily chart. Okay, here's a 20-day chart. All right, still green. Here is a 10-day chart, still green on the 10-day chart. If for all those screaming crash, right? A crash would look like this, and that would be a small crash of about 13%. Right, a 13% crash would look like that. Again, that's not anywhere close to what we have now. A pullback is necessary at some point. We're not just going to keep going up forever, but it also doesn't mean we're in a crash, you know. And that's important for people to realize that, like, every red day is not a crash, guys. Again, we're down about 2%. A crash would need to be like 20%. Um, You'd be more popular if you lied to people and told them the market was going to go up or market was going to crash. Yeah, 100%, man. It is what it is, guys. Yeah, I mean, if we crash, like I said, we need to drop all the way under the yearly low, which would still be a pretty small crash, in all honesty. It wouldn't be huge. Yeah, and again, we'll see whether I buy the dip. Google's actually bouncing back really nicely. The only few we bought Lyft, and Lyft is actually gapping up really nicely here for me. So Lyft is up nice. We bought the Lyft dip. Google, we bought Google, and Google's up pretty solid today, team. We're up pretty nicely in Google as well. And again, if we do crash, I'm going to be loving life and buying that dip. We're not in anything super major to where a crash would like destroy us. But if we do crash, we're going to start buying stuff. I think that's the only way you can really approach that. I don't think long-term technical patterns work, Derek. I think short-term technical patterns work. But I think looking at technical patterns long-term doesn't mean anything. Most of the market moves by fundamentals long-term, not technicals. So it's like, if you're looking at yearly patterns, it's probably not working. Like again, we can twist a chart into looking at all these, into showing all these different patterns that we want to see. But technical patterns generally don't mean anything outside of like short-term trading. With maybe a golden cross being the one exception to that. But again, the longer you zoom out, the less relevant technicals are, and the more relevant fundamentals and actual company health is, right? So that's the big thing to understand. I know technical traders, and I'm a technical trader to a certain extent. They kind of they want to see all these different patterns, and I get it. But again, technicals don't mean much long term. The only thing that means matters long term is company health and fundamentals. The more short term you zoom in, the more relevant technicals are. Yeah, Google's bouncing back nice. We're still in Lyft. We'll see how that one turns out for me, though. I don't know how Lyft is going to work for me, but hey, I hope it turns out well. Ford, getting a little bounce back. You know, we added some to our Ford trade. All right, Google actually bouncing back to green on the day here with a pretty large bounce back, too. Almost up to $96 a share for Google. Again, when their AI comes out, I think it's going to be interesting. Right, 100% Derek. Absolutely, bro. CPI next week absolutely doesn't care what a chart looks like, bro. CPI reported can care less what a chart looks like. And that's the big thing to understand. Like when you zoom out, technicals don't mean anything. You know, like they just don't. And again, I think technical traders, like the big thing y'all always have to understand is that fundamentals are going to trump technicals every single time, regardless of time frame, right? So fundamentals mean more than technicals everywhere, including short term. The more you zoom out, the less relevant technical patterns mean as a whole anyway. When you're day trading, it's pure technicals, of course. When you're swing trading, it's some technicals, you know, some fundamental. When you are investing, technicals mean nothing, you know. So it's important to understand that dynamic and understand, like, if you're looking at some crazy pattern on a some crazy technical pattern on a daily chart, like over a year period, again, you can look at extension long term, but technicals don't mean much the more you zoom out. What matters more long term is company health and fundamentals. That's the only thing that matters. And that's a big misconception because you got day traders who want to look at stuff long term. And so they're finding all these patterns and saying, oh, look at this crossover and this did this and this did this. But none of it means anything. You know, it's you know, as some Italian once said, fugazi, you know. Google's the next Yahoo as you're on YouTube. You know, nah, man, Google's not Yahoo. Yahoo was early and didn't grow. You know, like that's not Google. Google is huge. You know, Google's diversified too. Droid, search engine, YouTube, Gmail. You know what I mean? Like they're diversified, bro. They're not Yahoo. Yeah, so to quote Matthew McConaughey in The Wolf of Wall Street, looking at technicals long term is fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It never landed. It is no matter. It is not on the elemental chart. It's not real. You know, that's the thing to understand. Technicals long term don't mean anything. Yeah, PPI is relevant for inflation as well. It's the other side of inflation data, right? CPI Tuesday, consumer buyer inflation. Basically, how much prices are up for us consumers. PPI is how much prices are up for businesses. That's very relevant to inflation problems and stuff going on. So, again, we'll see. But no, technicals matter short term for sure in day trading and swing trading. But again, the longer you use them out, the less relevant they are, to be honest. All right, Google push it up a little bit and then pulling back some here. The question is, what happens now for this? Yeah, but bull markets. So he said we've been in a 10-year bull market. True, but bull markets are generally going to have a much longer lifespan than bear markets. We've been down over the last year, and bear markets historically don't last a long time. So it's like, yeah, the market's been moving up over the last 10 years as it normally does. But if you look at like, okay, let's look at a SPY chart. I think a SPY chart's the most relevant. All right, so here's the SPY. Okay, so we look at a weekly chart. Generally, what happens is the market goes up, right? We do every little bit. We have a bear market, which you can kind of see we've been in since 2022, right? But generally, what happens next is we start to move back up. Betting that it's going to go like that is a generally a losing bet most of the time here. Again, maybe not. Maybe we do something crazy. But again, if you look at a weekly chart, it makes sense, right? We're not going to go up forever. We've already been pulling back for a few years now, essentially. That's generally not going to last forever. Again, most of the time, it only lasts for a year or two. And then we go back to our bull market. Bear markets historically don't last a long time. Sometimes they have, but most of the time, no. And so, again, betting that the market's just going to keep crashing down. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. It could. It's less likely, in my opinion. It's less likely. In chat, let me know what you guys think. Google breaking highs again, pre-market at least. Forward bouncing back too. What's Lyft doing? But look at Google up there, almost up to 96 here now. You'd love to see it. Market bouncing back. Here's Lyft. Doom soon. Did the staking ban affect any stocks? It might affect like Coinbase, Mara, Riot, Yeah, but Car, what makes you think we're overbought? Again, look at the market, guys. Like, look at the market. All right, here's a weekly chart. It kind of takes a lot of the nonsense out of it. Okay, like people can say, oh, well, we still got to drop more. Again, the weekly chart kind of takes a lot of this nonsense out of it. All right, so you can kind of see we've been in mostly like a bear trend since 2021. For the last 2 years, we've been in this bear trend, right? We have pulled back. Like this all is pullback, and this is a weekly chart. We've been dropping for a freaking 2-year period at this point in time. Y'all think we're going to continue dropping? And maybe we do. But again, acting like it's a for sure thing, I'm not sold on it. Maybe we do. It's possible we do. But it's also possible that we finally start bouncing back a little bit and, start getting back up there. That's also possible as well. Maybe not. But what y'all need to understand is we already had a little mini crash in 2020. 2020 was already kind of a little mini crash period. And so acting like we're due for a crash, it's not necessarily accurate. Maybe. But it's also possible that, again, we've already had our drops and the market is now kind of just rebounding from this, right? Like we dropped in 2020 from the C word happened in 2020, and that made the market tank, man. The whole market crashed. I bought up a bunch of stuff at that point in time, right? You can kind of see the crash that happened in 2020. And again, crashes generally don't happen every 2 years, so it's like we had one in 2020. It's now 2023, early 23. Yes, inflation's bad, but inflation is bad from 2020 and beyond because of supply problems, shipping problems, stuff like that. That is what caused the inflation that we're currently experiencing now, as well as like stuff overseas. But acting like we're just due for another crash 2 years later is not accurate. Just because inflation has been kind of rough, but the inflation signs have been getting better. Again, I'm not sold on it. Maybe we do. It's certainly possible we do. If we do crash, it's going to be next Tuesday. It's going to be next week on Tuesday because that's when the inflation data comes out. That's when the inflation data comes out. But again, we might not. I really don't know. Again, Marco, you're not answering my question, man. You think we've been going up for the last 3 years, man? Again, look at the market, bro. If we look at a weekly chart, we're not going up, man. We've been going down for 3 years, bro. Look at the market. This is a weekly chart. Right here is, this is 2020. This is 2022 right here. So for the last year or two, we've already been going down, man. We're not like, if we were going up forever, brother, we would look like this, right? If we were going up forever, the market would look like this right now, and then that's when it's more likely that we're going to crash like that, but we're already pulling back over the last few years. And so again, we'll see, but I don't think a crash is completely like it has to happen. Like a lot of people are acting like. CPI data is expected to show up. Let me check. CPI data is expected to come in at, let me find it. Hold on. Bear with me. CPI data is expected to show up at 6.2%. 6.2% is what the expected CPI report is. Why did the market sell off yesterday? Because we were up too much, man. Like, look, on a short-term time frame, I'm not talking long-term. I'm talking short-term. Again, a 20-day chart looks like this. Still green on a 20-day chart, but it's like a chart's not just going to go like this. Like a normal chart is going to go like this, and then it's going to pull back some, and then it's going to keep going up sometimes. Sometimes it's going to keep going down and look like that. It's not just going to go up forever. I think we were oversold short term, and I told people that. People asked me why I wasn't really buying up stuff yesterday and the day before, and really the day before that. And I told them because I thought we were a little bit too extended short term on the upside. Like, I'm not going to be buying up stuff when we're extended. I look for pullbacks to buy into stuff, which is kind of like right now, right? Right now, I added more to Google. I bought some more Ford. I bought Lyft, which we're green on as well. That's when I start buying stuff up is on pullbacks. And again, prior to today, we were just too extended. Pullbacks are healthy and normal. We're down 2%. To crash, we need to be down 15 to 20%. And if we were going to crash, again, if we pulled up a daily chart, it would look like this. That's what a crash would look like. Instead, it looks like this. There was a catalyst. It was Russia. It was a few different things. A lot of people considered AI extended. So there was a few reasons for it. GFAI is a sketchy penny stock I'm not touching, No, you didn't. That's not a life-changing buy, Ironhawk, as well. This is what's called a reverse split, which means that the company was struggling so much. If we look at GFAI, right? Like a lot of new traders are going to think that this is a gains that it just made from 43 cents to $14. I don't even have to look at the news. This is not gains, right? What this is a reverse split, which means that the company was struggling so much A 1 for 40 split, which means that the company was struggling so much and was probably getting minimum bid listing requirement and like notices that they were going to get delisted from the NASDAQ if their price didn't go up, right? And so when companies are really struggling, they do what's called a reverse split. It's the opposite of consolidation, or it's the opposite of dilution, where they forcefully push the price of their stock up. But I'll put it this way, right? Say you got 40 shares of GFAI, right? You got 40 shares of GFAI prior to the reverse split here. Do you think you just 40x'd your money? You didn't. What actually happens is that they're going to take those 40 shares and they're going to instead give you 1 share because it's corrected. You don't gain from reverse splits. Trust me, I've been trading for a long time. There was a point in time where I thought the same thing like 6 years ago when I first started trading. That's not what this is. This is actually a very, very weak sign for GFAI. It means that the company was struggling so much they were probably getting threatened to get delisted from the NASDAQ, and in turn had to do a reverse split, which is a terrible sign. It means the company's really struggling. Of a 40-to-1 split, which means they take 40 shares and turn it into 1 share, which means that if you hold 40 shares, they're going to take your 40 shares and they're going to give you 1 share at 40x the price. If that makes sense, right? So again, GFAI, not a great sign. It's an incredibly weak sign as well. So I guess my point is you didn't miss anything. I think you're zoomed in to see what's happening. Yeah, I mean, but again, my argument here, Pep, and again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we do crash. Again, I'm not saying we're going to go up forever. But again, my argument is that we've already been in a bear market for a few years, man. Like, look at the market. Again, here's a weekly chart. You know, we've been in this already, you know. We've been in that for years. We've been in this. You know, like how long do you want the bear market to last? I guess is my question. How long do you think it's going to last? Maybe it lasts longer than this. Maybe it crashes and it's even a bigger confirmed bear market. Maybe so. Like I said, I really don't know. But what I'm saying is that acting like we're just breaking stock market highs and ripping up like we did and like we were when a lot of other crashes happened is just not accurate, man. We've been down for the last few years now, you know. And again, maybe we bounce. Maybe we crash. No idea what's going to happen. I'm sure no matter what happens, I'm going to get criticized for it. I know that. But again, we haven't been breaking highs and going up. We're down majorly from highs over the last few years, and we've been going down essentially over a longer term time frame. Yeah, we can zoom out, but this is essentially zooming out to, 10 years ago. So yeah, we've been going up, but usually the trend of the market looks like this, like the long-term trend, and we can edit this to look a little bit different. Let me see. I should probably pull up the actual S&P 500 here. So, I mean, we're pulling back. The last little crash we had was in 2020. But again, maybe y'all are right. Like I said, I really genuinely don't know. We're just all speculating on it. No, the CPI is not today, guys. CPI is next Tuesday. Look at something like, what do we got? We got the S&P. What's the Dow? I think it's DJIA. Yeah, there it is. Oh, no, that's a different stock. What's the Dow Jones symbol? DJI? Yeah, there it is. It's the DJI. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's different on each platform. Yeah, for sure. It's all guessing, 100%. Yeah, we need about 300 subs to 100K. About 300 subs is what we need. All right, guys. And we got consumer sentiment data dropping in a couple minutes. All right, guys. Getting ready to bear with me. All right. All right, guys. So we are getting ready for the Michigan consumer sentiment data coming out. All right, guys. So we are gonna. All right. Again, we got this data coming out pretty soon. All right, guys, bear with me here. So we got. So let me make sure this data's coming out right. Again, market's ripping up. Look at Google today, man. Google looking solid right now. Ford bouncing back a little bit today as well. How's Lyft doing here? Here's Lyft. Yeah, we did buy a little bit of Lyft. We're green on that one too. So hey, not a bad morning so far. Definitely bouncing back from some of the drops we had earlier. Oh, we got consumer data basically coming out today. Coming out in about an hour and a few minutes. But man, look at Google breaking highs of pre-market right now. Hey, you love to see it. Feels good, man. Feels good. Again, we'll see if we rip up. And CPI is going to be the most here. So we still have one day where, like, if we get really green in Google, I'm going to sell it before CPI. And then if we drop a lot, then I'll buy it back. Yeah, no earnings today. Yeah, so CPI is expected to show up again. I think it's at what, 6.2% is what CPI is expected at. 6.2% or something like that, right? Something around there. Google just broke highs of pre-market. Tesla's still moving up. How's the SPY acting here? So again, we're in lift. SPY rebounding some too. But Google's been the big rebound here. Google testing highs again here. Let's see if some news came out for this. There's not going to be any crypto ads during the Super Bowl. Bill Gates said ChatGPT will, quote, make many more office jobs more efficient by helping to write invoices or letters. This will change our world. Yeah, 100%. I mean, Hustle, I get a pretty good look at what everybody's doing. You got some people selling for sure. What I try to do is I stay flat ahead of CPI because, like, trust me, man. Like, listen, just trust me. Every single CPI report, I have people screaming doom and gloom, regardless of what happens. The last 3 or 4 CPIs have all been good. The market has pushed up pretty heavily from all of them. And so, but trust me, every CPI report, every rate hike decision, I got people screaming, hey, the market's going to crash. The market's going to drop. Sometimes it does, but it doesn't necessarily have to. What I would recommend for everybody at home is, like, number one, I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I have no idea what's going to happen. Nobody does. Not an investment professional, not liable, you know, all that stuff. But what I will say is that nobody knows. In every single CPI report, they say, oh, the market's going to crash, and then it doesn't. And then the next one comes around and say, oh, the market's going to crash, and then it doesn't. What I'm saying is nobody knows. Robinhood lost 57 million on a glitch. Yeah, I'm not messing with Robinhood, bro. Yeah, so they came out. Let me see what they showed up as. Let's see. England GDP data came out. England GDP came out less than expected as well. So England GDP came out at minus 0.5%, minus 0.3% expected. So lesser GDP growth in England than expected, which is probably a positive thing right now. As for the overseas CPI report, let me check it real quick. So we had Mexico CPI come out yesterday. It came in at 7.91% versus 7.89%, so a little bit higher than expected. We had jobless claims yesterday. We had Japan PPI come out yesterday, which was a little bit lower than expected, so a little bit better than expected for Japanese PPI. I think we had Chinese CPI. China CPI came out a little bit lower than expected. So yeah, China CPI came out a little bit lower than expected. Month over month, it came in slightly higher, but the bigger one is going to be the yearly CPI, and that came in at 2.1% versus 2.2% expected. So, yeah, it didn't come in super worse than expected or anything like that. PPI came out as well, a little bit higher for PPI than expected, but again, a little bit better than expected for both PPI and CPI for China last night. So yeah, it didn't come out super high. All right. Google testing the highs again at $96 right now, $96. We'll see if it continues. Burry is called. I mean, how do you justify that though? For all those that believe in Burry, right? Like, how do you justify him calling for a crash every year for the last like 10 years? He's called for a crash, you know? So like, how do you justify that? Google breaking highs. I'm not saying he's wrong. I don't know. Again, like I said, I don't know. You know, I'm not in anything that's going to be really hurt from a crash right now anyway. But like, again, it's like Chicken Little. Like, you call crash so much, eventually you throw darts at a dartboard enough, eventually you're going to hit that thing. So even if we do crash, he's still running less than 10% accuracy for his crash calls. The big joke about Burry is that he's called 18 of the last 2 crashes. So it's like, and I like Burry, but I think he's overly bearish, and yeah, one day he'll be right for sure. Yeah, broken clock comment 100%. Like, at a certain point, he's gonna be right. You know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, he's right. But like, Burry's been saying that every year, Hustle, for the last like 10 years, though, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we could use Burry like he's some super accurate guesser or a super accurate stock market guy because he called the Big Short in 2008. But again, since then, he's been wrong about everything, basically. If you really follow him, that is. And again, for all those saying crash, here's a 20-day chart on the SPY. Green. Again, to draw it out for you here. Like, if I had to bet a direction, I'd probably bet this, and then something like that, and then, whatever the one looks like. If I was analyzing that trend, at least. Hey, what's up, Try? Bro, Burry would never come on my show, bro. He would never come on my show, dude. Like, he would never come on this thing, man. Yeah, Burry's rich, bro. I mean, I get it. But, like, again, regardless of how much money he has, he made most of his money by 2008 Big Short. So Burry's rich. Listen, he's doing something right. But I'm talking about his crash calls. All right, so in 2019, Burry said that index fund inflows were distorting prices for stocks and bonds in much the same way that CDO purchases did for subprime mortgages. Basically, he said another 2008 was happening. The market ended up ripping up after he made that call. 19. All right, let me see. All right, so yeah, basically said that in 2019. Since then, index funds have continued to generate record returns over the past few years, proving Burry wrong. In December of 2020, Burry put a damper in the hopes of people who wanted to basically buy Twitter. He took the social network platform Twitter to say that he was shorting Twitter and that the EV maker was ridiculously overpriced, telling people not to buy Tesla, basically. And Tesla has basically flown back since then. In January of 2021, he told his Twitter followers that Tesla would fall like the housing and internet bubbles of the past. And if we look at Tesla since 2021, let me see. Maybe he was right about this. Let me see. Yeah, maybe he was right about Tesla. I'm sorry, I'm looking at some of his old calls. So in February of 2021, he said he feared the market was on the brink of collapse. And he might have been right about this one. But again, you'll have to understand Burry. He's been saying this for 10 years, man. And maybe he's right, but again, it's not enough for me to take any big positions based off of it. It's terrible to think that just because somebody is rich, they make all the best decisions. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I think how much money you make is like there's an okay reason to follow that based off of how much money people make. But again, it's one of those things where it's like you got to look at it objectively after a certain point. All right, so let's get ready to trade some futures today. Again, been a good week. We'll hopefully finish the week off strong. Let's switch out of this practice account. There we go. I'm trying to look for a longer term trend here. 5-minute chart is definitely downtrending here. And if we continue on this downtrend, we should theoretically drop here. But again, Google is at the highs again, looking strong. Broke $96 a share, testing the highs up there. You called it yesterday, Disney and the whole market were way extended at the open. 100%, man. And again, like, bears will act like I was wrong. I was absolutely right yesterday. I told people kept asking me why I wasn't buying stuff up. And I told people if I had to guess, the market's just a little too extended for me to want to buy stuff. And in hindsight, we were absolutely right about it. Like, we were absolutely right about it. Again, I look for short-term momentum. I'm mostly a swing trader. like I day trade, but I'm mostly a swing trader. And again, most of my money is made from finding discounts, like big pullbacks to buy into, right? That's where most of the money I make is. But over the last couple weeks, I've been very hesitant to buy up stuff. I only recently just started buying stuff over the last day. Mostly. I bought Snapchat after earnings and stuff like that, but there's only been small little pockets of opportunity for it. I need bigger pullbacks to buy into. Like that's genuinely what I need is bigger pullbacks to buy into. So today we bought Lyft, we bought Ford, we added more to Ford, and we added some to Google. And we're green on Google today. Lyft we're green on as well. Ford we're still red on, but it's small. So we got time. And again, these are blue chips. I barely lost anything yesterday. Like we lost $60 yesterday. So very small losses. And again, my full graph, it's been a really strong month for me. February, like this has been a really strong month. Like we're up about 1,200, a little bit under 1,200. So our day trade has been going really well. But again, I'm mostly a swing trader. Like to be honest, most of the money I make is in swing trading. Like I'm definitely a better swing trader than I am a day trader. But my day trade has been good too. Google's still testing the top. Yeah, scalping certainly the hardest way to trade for sure. It's definitely the hardest trading style there is. Again, the shorter the time frame, the harder it is to trade. To be honest, so like the shorter the time frame, the harder it is to actually get it done right. Hey, what's up, Try? Yeah, good to see you, man. And again, we got time. I'm just kind of letting things hang out here. All right, we got the Michigan data coming out in less than an hour. Less than an hour for Michigan data. Yeah, and another thing we've been using is called Chart Prime, guys. So check out Chart Prime. This is why Chart Prime is inherently useful, right? So this is Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service. It helps me with my day trades too, to a certain extent. But if we look at this here, this is why it's valuable, right? If we look at this here, this is why it's valuable. So it'll give you alerts. It'll automatically document support or resistance. It'll give you reversal alerts up and down. And just really, really useful. And so again, look, my favorite thing is finding multiple showing up together at once. So like here's multiple indicators showing up together at once. You got the bullish engulfing candle and the reversal up signal. And then look at the really nice bounce you get over like a 45-minute period. This one was wrong, but look at the indicators show the bottom here. Bullish engulfing candle, really nice bounce. Bullish engulfing candle here, really nice bounce. And again, we can keep looking at this. Again, it's called Chart Prime. It's pretty cheap as well. And you can see this one was wrong too, but out of like 6 or 7, 2 being wrong is pretty accurate. Here's a bullish engulfing candle. It's even more than that. It's like 8 or 9 of these. Possible reversal up, nice little bounce. Possible reversal up, nice little bounce. And so again, it caused these little bounces even at a downward trend here. It even showed you this reversal up here, and we got or this bullish engulfing candle here, and then look at this is what they do with support or resistance here. This is what they do with, look at the reversal down signal, nice little drop there too. But look, this is what they do with reversal signals. This dotted line is the strongest resistance or support level in the chart. And so they label them from 1 to 10. 1 is the strongest, and the higher it goes, it's the weakest. But again, you can also see the range resistance, and then look at the reversal here right at that spot. You see the dotted line, which is the strongest one. Look at the big bounce we have on the spot. Again, and this is just a small percentage of what Chart Prime lets you look at. It's called Chart Prime. You can use it in crypto, futures, stocks, whatever you want to use it for on multiple different time frames. Again, it's called Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service. They are a sponsor of my videos. So if you want to check them out, here is the link. Great way to help support the channel. And we're going to get ready to trade futures. We are trading futures on Top Step right now. So Top Step is a funded account program. So what they do is they give you a demo, and it's a beautiful way to test your skill as a trader. They give you a demo, and you got to hit their profit target on the demo while following the rest of their rules and conditions. It's a really great thing because most people are going to fail. And you might say, hey, why is that good? The reason that's good is because it's a lot cheaper to fail at this than to fail with real money. You know, you put up 10 or 15K like you need in futures, and there's no PDT rule in futures. You can day trade in short. You put up that money yourself and lose, you're down thousands of dollars. And so this funded account program where they give you a demo, you got to hit profit targets on their demo and pass their testing. That teaches you how to trade under pressure. And again, if you lose, it's not the end of the world. You're down less than 140 bucks if you use my link and get 20% off. But if you pass it, there's a 90% split once you're funded. This is the most legit futures funded program in the world. They've been around for over a decade. They're kind of who everybody else copies off of. And again, the base package is less than 140 bucks a month. They give you a 50K demo on the base one, and you got to hit 3K in profit on that demo without losing 2K total while following the rest of their rules, which is a reasonable ratio as well. But again, the beautiful thing is that it's a great middle ground of pressure. It gives you some pressure, but not the full extent of trading with thousands of dollars. And again, I'm essentially day trading the S&P 500. Like, there's no PDT rule in futures. And so you can essentially get exposure to stocks without restriction. And again, if you want to try out futures, I think Top Step is the best way to do it. Here's the link. Check it out. Great way to help support the channel. One share, Snow. One share. Yeah, you need TradingView to do it. Yeah, try, bro. We've grown over the last year, brother. It might not seem that way because today's kind of slow Friday, but bro, we've been you know, our CPI streams are getting like 5, 6, 7,000 people there live, like 30,000 views for those. Man, we drop economic data. Today's a slow day. It's Friday. We ain't got no job and we ain't got ish to do. But and again, that's a movie quote for everybody at home if you're not cool enough to know that movie. But yeah, man, channel's been growing. We'll hit 100,000 within a week. We'll hit 100,000 Tuesday is when we'll hit it for sure, without question. Y'all hit that subscribe button though if you haven't already. Yeah, Try's an OG member here. He's been here for a long time, so that's why I'm telling him all that stuff, man. But yeah, we've been growing, bro. Yeah, we're averaging about 300,000 views a month, about 300K a month. We're growing by about 3,000 to 4,000 views a month, or subs a month. I mean, hey, what's up, William? All right, guys, we'll probably keep it a little bit short. We're going to cover Michigan data, consumer sentiment data today, but again, we'll probably keep it a little bit short here. Yeah, I'm ready for it, Snow. I'm ready for it, man. Hey, thank you, Twirl. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man. All right, guys. So yeah, we got some time. We got about what 20 minutes until the market opens. Yeah, man, we've grown over the last couple years, man. Again, I've kind of pivoted away from like I was a day trader, but like day trading, like we do it, but again, swing trading, I'm just so much more profitable in, man. Like I'm just, I make money in day trades, but swing trading, like that's my niche, man. That's what I do really well. And again, if you listen to the stocks that I've called out over the last 6 months, I've made money on a large majority of them, right? Like we bought Snapchat at 7s and 8s. We bought Disney at 85, 90s. We bought Snapchat a couple days ago at 10, and then it pushed up to like, 12s, 13s. We bought Carvana at 5s. It pushed up to 20. We're in Google now, and we're losing on Google, but we're not going to make money on every single one. So we bought Microsoft at like 240s. We bought Microsoft at like 245s, I think. When eventually went as high as 270s. So our swing trades have been on point. And again, the strategy just works really well for me, at least. Again, what we do is we just wait for big pullbacks. We wait for big, healthy pullbacks in sure thing companies like blue chip, large cap, for sure thing companies. And we buy them and we're just patient. If you buy them and you can be patient, they can be profitable. Lyft had earnings yesterday. We bought the dip on Lyft as well. Our entry price on Lyft is $10.90. It's at $11.20, $11.15 right now. We've got some technical analysis stuff here too. But again, we're broad economic stuff. Like I day trade still, but we swing trade, we invest. Like I said, we're kind of broad economics. Economic data, fundamentals, CPI, PPI, jobless claims, retail sales, earnings calls is kind of what we are. And I like it better that way. You guys know me. I've always been one that says, hey, I'm not an expert. I don't want to be an expert guru day trader selling you a sleazy course that you can find on publicly available content, for thousands of dollars. Like, I don't want to be that. That's not me. And again, I never have been like that. And so I think the niche I'm in now just makes more sense. Like on slow days like today when we don't have anything coming out, like, yeah, we get lesser views. But on CPI days, we get, thousands and thousands of people show up for our streams because we cover the data fast. Like you guys know, my thing is just to give out free data. Like we're just trying to give out free content, free data. And I appreciate all the support for sure. Hey, thank you, Fish. Definitely top 3 music streamers in the world right now. Which one, Andrew? Lyft? Yeah, so Lyft, I'll post their earnings for you, bro. Hold on, give me a second, man. So yeah, Lyft posted. Bear with me, I'm finding it now. Lyft posted first quarter loss per share of, hold on, let me just look at a different source. Bro, they're not going to tell me. The problem with Earnings Whisper is that it just doesn't show you what the results actually were, man. All right, so Lyft posted a loss per share of 76 cents on revenue of 1.2 billion. So here's Lyft right here. I don't know what the expectations were, but yeah, TOS chart will show me. I can look at it, but hey, thank you. It's bad. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Again, we bought up Lyft just because it was cheap. Lyft dropped freaking what? Let me see. Lyft dropped from 17 down to 11. So what is that? Like so eights would be 50% drop, right? So 10 70s is gonna be like Lyft dropped like 40% or so, like 40 something percent. So Lyft dropped big, from 17s down to 10, basically. So that's a big drop for Lyft. So again, as we do, we came along and scooped it up cheap, and now we're up in it. Entry price is 1090s. It's at 1125, 1120 right now. Yeah, is my math off? It's all good. It's off the top of my head. We're looking at it. No, it's 14%. It's 41%, guys. Maybe right now it's at 31%, but dropping from 17s to 7, or dropping from 17 to 10, basically. Maybe that's a little out there. It's 41%. Maybe my math is a little off. Maybe it's 16. Yeah, and really it was more so about 1622 to 1070. So yeah, 35, 40%. We're close enough. All right, so market's bouncing back up a little bit. Again, Ford bouncing back. Lyft is up sub 2. We're in Google right now, and Google's pulling back, but we're still green on Google on the day now too. Maybe Brandon, but I'm biased because I'm already holding Google right now, bro. So like I'm already in Google, so I'm biased in that regard. It's not a huge trade to where I'm gonna like be hurting if it goes against me, but I'm in Google already. I bought the dip. You know, I added to it on the drop too. So I mean, I don't know. Again, what will affect everything more than anything is CPI next Tuesday and then PPI on Thursday. Those are going to be big influences over markets for sure. Audio is off. Can y'all hear the music? Yeah, but I don't think people are going to use that though, Achilles. So he says, I think Joe has to look at it like this, right? A couple years isn't going to hurt the podcast that much. And what did he get paid? 100 million? $200 million. All right, so the deal gives Spotify exclusive rights to it through 2023. So that's not a super long time. You know what I mean? Like after this year will be up, he could go back to YouTube and put it back up there and be, hundreds of millions of dollars richer. I think it was the right move. Again, you got to think like selling a subscription service is going to be risky in that regard. Like it's going to be risky. Like it's not going to translate as much as you think. So making a couple $100 million for a few year period on Spotify, where the shorts are still available on YouTube as well. I think that was obviously a good move. I think it was a bad deal for Spotify and a great deal for Rogan. And I think after this year, Rogan go right back to YouTube, and then it'll be like nothing changed. I think Yeah, I see Spotify ripping. How many views does he get? I'm looking back on it. I don't see it, but yeah, it's a lot, you know. Uh yeah. 200 million viewers a month on his podcast. Sure. But earning $1, I mean, earning, what would that be? Earning, roughly what, like 12 cents a viewer is what he would have to make to justify 200 million in over a year period. So 12 cents times 200. It'll be 8 cents. I think my math is off again. I think it would be 8 cents times 200 million. About 16 million a month times 12. Yeah, so it'd be about 8 cents a viewer. He would have to make 8 cents per viewer, getting 200 million to make about 200 million a year. Really, it would be about 4 cents a viewer. But I think you got to think about it from Joe's perspective. Joe wants to hang out and do his podcast. He doesn't want to take risks. He's not going to want to take risks. He's also not going to want to. Market opens in 7 minutes. He's also not going to want to. He's not going to want to spend all his time and energy and potential risk building some other type of thing to make money. I'm sure Joe would rather at this point just take the 200 mil and just relax. You know, all you got to do is make content now. You don't have to worry about selling anything or anything like that. It's kind of like when I run this channel, and obviously I'm not Rogan, of course. Like, we got 450 people here. I'm very happy and proud of my channel. Like I said, we get hundreds of thousands of hits a month. It's great, but we're obviously not Rogan. All right. But even from I could take the risk of selling a course, and I could probably make more money selling a course, putting out some sleazy marketing, some sleazy guru marketing, acting like I was rich, rent a Lamborghini, take my house. I got a nice house. Like, this is a nice house, right? I could probably make some content based around this house and target that and do all that sleazy stuff. But again, I'd rather just put stuff out for free and make money on the back end. Like, that's what I would rather do it. I'd rather give away free content and make money on the back end instead of charging people to watch it. And I think a lot of creators are going to feel that way. But again, I'm not Rogan. But I think 200 million, he's going to take that deal, and be happy with it. Only Johns? Maybe, bro. All right, so, hey, Ford bouncing back here. About to be green on Ford on the day. That's nice. Again, Lyft, still moving up. Lyft is turning out really well. Again, we're going to hold these over the weekend, almost all of them. I don't think I'm going to cut any today. Unless we got just crazy green in some of these today, I do not think I'm going to sell any of them. You should rent a Lambo in parody of the sleazy gurus. Sleazy gurus have already done the exact same thing, right? It's one of those things. The stock market niche is super interesting in that in this niche, you got people being sleazy, selling courses, making parody videos about other sleazy gurus selling courses and buying Lamborghinis. And then you got sleazy penny stock pumper gurus on Twitter calling out other scammer penny stock pumpers on Twitter. It's just kind of like, at a certain point, it's just like, all right, bro, Yeah, I don't know what way the market's going, Keith. I mean, like I said, we're not going to talk about the stock market 24/7 here. We've been talking about the market all day. We told people, hey, we're not in a crash. We told people, with market dropped 2%. Market started to move up a little bit today, but again, I'm at this point, I'm waiting for the next 5 minutes to start so I can trade, and then, probably gonna close it down relatively early today and enjoy my weekend. Yeah, for sure. Try 100%, bro. And you were doing a good job. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Hopefully, we get some good markets bouncing back nicely, though. I mean, the market's basically consistently bounced back. Um, Made the pump. Hey, let's see, bro. I hope it does, man. Give a little dip in the market here. Again, we got about a minute and a half left. Yeah, I think Joe has gotten a little crazy over the last couple of years, man. But again, I'm not here to judge. It is what it is. Yeah, if you haven't lost an account, Marcus, you're doing better than most people, bro. Also, we're gonna put it in sub-only mode. It's something we haven't done today, so we're gonna throw it in sub-only mode. Here's a question. On Monday, do y'all want me to cover Palantir? Palantir. Do y'all want me to cover Palantir Monday for earnings? I see Palantir earnings are Monday morning or Monday evening. Should I cover those, or what do you guys think? How big is like Palantir stock? I know it has like a cult following. Maybe it'll be worth it, bro. I see some other people getting some views for Palantir. All right, guys, here's the opening bell. Good luck, team. Let's try to trade today. I'm going to try to let things settle down a little bit. There's the opening bell. Ding, ding, ding. I mean, TM, I literally said multiple times that, like, I'm way different than Joe. Market pushed up at the opening bell. There's a pump at the open for the market here. SPY moving up. But, yeah, I literally said, hey, look, Joe is not the same as me multiple times, man. But I think people are people, and I think when you're making, I think the point is, I might try to maximize money, but Joe makes so much money, I don't think he cares about it. SPY rip it up at the opening bell, back up to 406.50s. Look at the big pop. Not a huge, I mean, it doesn't mean anything yet. We could just completely reverse on this fast. But again, market's moving. Google broke highs. Google back up to 96.40s here. SPY up to 406.50s, just broke that. And again, big pop at the open. It doesn't necessarily mean anything yet, but Google is on a tear back up here. So that's nice. What about Lyft? What's Lyft doing? We're still holding Lyft too. Lyft is pulling back. We're still green on it. But hey, look at Google. You love to see it. All right, big pop, hammer style candle on the SPY too. I don't trust it yet though. And we're going to let things settle down first. But Google's ripping up. You'd love to see it. I'm going to buy one contract here. One. If we rip up and test highs, you know, that's great. And again, we'll see if it continues. All right, so we went up there for a second here. Apple flying up too. Now look at Microsoft as well here. All right, we're in one contract. We're going to add a little bit more the longer we consolidate here. All right, nice little move at the open here. Watching Apple. We can kind of break even now. Here's a little pop-up. Let's see if we continue to break the highs. Again, we might be a little extended on the downside. We have dropped a lot over the last few days here. Again, slightly green here. Doesn't mean much yet, though. We're just going to try to let this work. We haven't traded it off in futures prior to this trade, so we're going to start small, 2 contracts. See if we can build up a little cushion first and then figure out what we want to do after that. All right, there we go. We're about break even here. There we go. Apple pushing up. We got a little... I'm going to just cut that, and then we'll get out of market order, I guess, at the top if we can. There we go. All right, we just cut that. Try to be patient with this. There we go. Nice. Right at the highs here. Microsoft started to pump towards highs as well. We might add a little bit more to this too. I see Apple pushing up higher. All right, so there's 2 contracts. We already took a little profit in here, so we got a little cushion to swing into. And watching Apple, Microsoft, Google try to make runs. So we get a little bounce. There we go. Apple testing, trending towards highs. There we go. Microsoft testing highs again. All right, just locked in some more profit. 1 contract left. I'm sitting patiently. Google's still trending towards highs. So is Apple here as well. So I do kind of want to buy some more here on the pullback if we can. Again, Apple is trending towards, there's 3 contracts here. Again, Apple is trending towards moving up towards these highs here. So we got 3 contracts. It's not super heavy, but all right, we sold it into the pop. We got 1 contract left. All right, we just cut that as well. So yeah, we just made about 30-40 bucks on the opening trade there, buying that dip into the strength and then cutting it. Got a little bit of a cushion now. Again, watching Microsoft, Google breaking highs again. Looks good. We'll see what the rest of the day gives us, but so far so good here. Not a bad little opening move. Watching the SPY pull back. I'm watching Microsoft pull back too, and Apple. I'm going to take 1 contract here. See if we retrace and pop real quick, which is sometimes like a momentum pattern that we'll get. Man, Google breaking highs, man, looking strong. Maybe we'll add more on the dip. Apple breaking highs now too. SPY finally pulling back some. I don't know if I'm going to add to it though. I see some dips and everything else, so I'm going to cut that and just wait now. Still have about 25 on the day. Google's the strong one right now. Google's what's helping the market move up. Um, Pretty big pullback here, though. That's a very strong move. We'll see if we add some more on a larger dip here. Google breaking highs again here, man. The problem is Apple's pulling back, which makes me not like this position as much. We'll give it a second. Still in very small size. It's still green on the day, so we have a cushion that we can add to and maybe take a little bit more risk with the cushion that we have. All right, so we're going to add some more to this. There's 3. We'll look for another dip to add some more. There's the dip. All right, so we are in 4 contracts right now. Gonna add 1 more share here, and then that's gonna be max. Not gonna add any more. Looking for a quick pop back up, and we'll be tight with it as well. But I like the position. If Google, Amazon, and Apple keep pushing up like they have been, that should be great. If not, it's not the end of the world. Google pull it back quickly here, though, which makes me want to get prepared to cut this. Yeah, that's a big drop. So we cut it. We're only down $50 now, though. But yeah, Google just turned super fast. It's still very green on the day. Like in our trade on Google, we're up over 100 on the day already. But yeah, Apple turned 2 pretty fast. Microsoft turned 2 pretty quickly here. So again, if we start breaking under VWAP, we'll look to short. Microsoft breaking under lows here. So is Google. So AI play is starting to drop. What did Lyft end up doing here? Lyft is pulling back down. We're a little red on Lyft, but it's a small trade. I'm not going to take a large trade on Lyft because Lyft, there's risks in bankruptcy there, so we're going to take something where if we lose, it ain't the end of the world on it. We might look to short the SPY, to be honest, here too. With Google breaking under lows here, I'm going to take 2 contracts short if we get a little bounce. Or actually, I'm going to take 2 contracts short now and then maybe add if we get a bounce. There we go. We got 3 contracts short. Looks like a short pattern, to be honest. Unless we go choppy, which is back up, it looks like a short pattern for me. There's a little crack under lows. We give a little bit more time for a firmer breakdown here because this looks like a turn. There we go. All right, just cutting most of it. 1 contract left. Gonna go ahead and get out of there. So yeah, got ourselves back to basically break even on the day with that last trade. Again, I saw the breakdown starting to happen and I wanted to short it. All right, later, try. Have a good day, bro. Good seeing you, man. Yeah, for sure. All right, we're gonna look for a bounce and then short into that some more. It's a big enough bounce for us to start. 1 contract, 2 contracts, 3 contracts. We're gonna take a little position here. 4 now. Four contracts. Looking for a flush down. Google's approaching the previous closing price, so we'll let time work with us here. What's Apple doing? Apple, the reason the market bounces is Apple went all the way back up to 150s. The market still looks like a bear trend here, but if it goes back up, it's from Apple. Mm. About flat here on this trade now. What's dragging it down though? Microsoft bouncing back. All right, there we go. Took half off there at the lows just to lock in something. Gonna look for a firmer breakdown on the rest of this though. Took another half off there. Green on the day now. Apple just retraced all the way back down. That's a very weak sign. I'm gonna add some more to this actually. There's 3. So we get another 4 contract position. I like the 4 contract sizing. If we get a bounce, I'll add up to 4, but if not, we'll be happy with this. Microsoft bouncing back up to test the VWAP, but Apple's breaking down. It doesn't look like I'm going to get that second add, which is okay. Again, we're just going to give it time to work. The SEC banned crypto staking. Apple popping all the way back up here too. No, so we got a pop here. Sorry, I was looking at other stuff about crypto staking ban. Again, we're still in it. Relatively small trade so far. And I want to give it time to pull back here. The SPY's approaching the VWAP here. Google did bounce back up. So better for my stocks, but worse for my futures trade right here. Again, then it's pretty flat on the day right now. We're pretty neutral here. I do like this upwick pressure. And yeah, there's the SPY rejecting at the VWAP here. Apple rejecting at 150, but then creeping back up. And again, we're slightly green on the day already, so at least we got a little bit of a cushion here. There's a big rejection here at the top. We're going to take our 4th contract here, lower our average a little bit or fix our average a little bit here, and then look for a flush back down here. There we go. There's the flush. Here's the break. Perfect timing on that add too, but again, it doesn't mean we're going to break. We got some strong support levels in some of this stuff underneath us. Yeah. Choppy Friday so far. We're going to cut this now. Yeah, just got squeezed out on us. We're down like $100. But that's a big pop back up in markets. Is there a reason for this though? Let me see. Google back up to over 96s. Apple broke over 150. Now we just essentially have to wait for the chop to finish. So here's the chop. Here's the range. And again, I got to say this just because people are going to go like, ah, ha, ha. You know, like, look. Last 7 days. You know. So we'll look for an upside trade now, but at this point, we've confirmed a neutral range. We got to wait for that trend to break. And I don't mind stocks going up either. Like Google, it's good for me in Google. It's good for me in Ford. Microsoft now over VWAP. Google testing VWAP now. SPY over VWAP now as well. Apple over VWAP testing highs, which is really what gave us this big spike. Which broker? I'm using a broker called Quant Tower. I'm trading futures, so I'm using a platform called Top Step. which is a funded program where they give you a demo. If you can hit the targets on their demo while following their rules, they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split. Again, regulated by the CME, pay out millions, fund thousands of traders a year. Great way to help support the channel if you're interested in checking out. I can't guarantee you're going to make money with Top Step, and most traders are going to lose, but it genuinely is a good way to test your skill, and it's a lot cheaper to lose Top Step than it is to lose your real money accounts, and a beautiful way to test your skill as a trader. If you want to check it out, here is the link. Again, neutral trend, neutral market, Apple's neutral, Microsoft neutral, Google's neutral. We do have the Michigan consumer sentiment data coming out in about 15 minutes. And again, we're basically stopping our trading for now. Remember, my goal on every day is to build up a cushion first, right? I want to build up a cushion, and then once I have that cushion, I want to take larger sizing into that cushion so I can, when I lose, I'm close to break even, hopefully. But when I win, I can build up a big cushion, and then if I lose, then I start back over. I build up a small cushion, and then I swing large once I have profit on the day. And if I don't have profit like today, then we keep trading small, or we stop trading so that my losing days are small, but my winning days are large, essentially is what we're looking to do here. So once we get this confirmation in the chop trend, then we just kind of slow down. All right, market's starting to creep back up. Google breaking the volume weighted average price area. Apple testing the highs of the day. All right, market looks good. Google back over VWAP, Apple over VWAP, Microsoft over VWAP. Google green on the day. SPY approaching green on the day. Microsoft approaching green on the day. Apple, same thing. So a lot of bull action coming through. Still in that range, so I can't really trade it. There's just no edge, to be honest here. PayPal, is PayPal rip it up? Yeah, PayPal's up, dragging the market up. When I'm looking at big caps, though, I'm looking at what's going to pull the market up, right? So I'm looking at, specifically, I'm looking at Apple, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, really. Apple and Microsoft have the two biggest weights for the S&P 500. So that's usually what I'm watching. I kind of want to buy this little pullback with a small size and maybe bet on like a upward trend, but we're going to take one contract here. So it's going to be super small. And maybe it's not going to go in my favor, but hey, I'm glad I only took one maybe not, man. There's a big retracement here, so something popped fast. Let me look at Apple. Apple, big retracement here, still steady moving up. We're going to add 2 to contracts to this. I just took half off on this big pop, took another rest of it off, so just made a little bit more. Not a bad little bounce here. Slowly working our way back to green on the day. Google still moving up to 96.50s. Apple all the way at the top of the range. So you can see that range high level that we have here. I might add a little bit more on these dips and take a little bit larger position now that we're testing the top of the range, if we can. 2 contracts here. See if we can break that range that we've been in. Testing it, really trying to break here. We'll see if we do. All right, Microsoft with a fairly large pullback, as well as Apple here. So I'm not sold on selling yet. We're going to fix our average a little bit, take 3. and look to test the top of the range break, or look to play the top of the range break. There we go. Slightly green in the trade now, or slightly red now, but going back and forth. Apple with a big dip. So like Apple's on a green trend today, but it's not. Yeah, we're gonna get out. Not the best trades for me today. Again, just kind of a choppy market. We're down less than like we're down like 150 on the day, which we're up about 1,200 so far on the month. So at a certain point, we're gonna have to start slowing down and not pushing too heavy because I just don't want to give back too much gains on a Friday. And it is a Friday, and like Apple's green, but it's not like a really beautiful upward trend or anything. It's kind of like there's a huge wall on Apple right here. And like maybe we'll get a break, up here, but green day for it. Green day for Google. But Apple's trend is just strange. Big dip on Apple. It's going to drag the rest of the market down almost certainly, unless Microsoft bounces at the VWAP here. Apple just cracked under 150 though. Right in the middle range here, team. Looks like Apple testing 150 again, but it's underneath it now. It is right at the VWAP though. A little bit of chop here in trends. Lyft starting to bounce back. Lyft tested VWAP here. That doesn't look bad, but again, we're just kind of sitting tight. All right, Apple moving back up to 150s, just tapped 150s, but there's a big wall at 150, so it's trying to break, but every time it gets up there, it rejects now, but it's trying to break it. We just made a little $75 scalping Apple, or not Apple, scalping the E-mini, but again, it's just so choppy right now. Probably kind of like picking up pennies in front of a train track. Probably not the right move, Y'all just be careful. Choppy day. Lyft starting to reverse, almost green on the day. Market looks to be bouncing back a little bit. Google over VWAP, Apple back over VWAP here. So it's starting to try. University of Michigan consumer sentiment data comes out pretty soon. We just made a little bit more scalping. We're watching Apple mostly, and we're watching the retracement. So you see, we're up about 50, or we're down about $50 still, but we made most of our money back. We do have the University of Michigan data coming out in about 3 minutes, guys. 2 minutes actually. It might move the market some. It's not going to move the market a ton. It'll move it a little bit. Nothing super major, though, to be honest. Again, expectations for the Mitch consumer expectations is 62.9. Sentiment 65. Current conditions 68. Inflation expectations 4%. And so I'm flat here. We got about a minute and a half until this drops. Again, so choppy on the day though. Y'all just be careful. I don't know if I'm gonna trade anymore today. Depends. All right, we got a minute left. Apple dipping under VWAP here. HKD, I don't know, man. What is HKD doing? Maybe, bro. I got one chair, you know. All right, guys. 30 seconds. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet. We're going to hit 100K next week. Help be a part of that. You know, you don't want to look back and say, hey, I wasn't a part of beginner trading hitting this 100K. All right, here's the data right now, guys. 10 seconds. We'll see if it moves markets. Again, markets have been very choppy at the opening bell. Very choppy. All right, there's the data. Expectations came in lower than expected. Consumer sentiment came in higher than expected. Current conditions came in higher than expected. So it depends on how you look at it, whether it's inflation fearing or recession fearing, but it's pretty mixed results. Consumer expectations came in lower. Actual consumer sentiment came in higher, and then current conditions came in much higher. So it doesn't look like the market likes this data, though. It looks like the market's completely turning on it. But we're still in the range of the day here. I mean, we're still in this range. So maybe we'll break out of this range. Maybe this will give us some bear trend to attack. But very volatile move, and then kind of a lot of retracements back and forth, up and down here. So bearish reaction, but not a for sure one. That's for sure. Again, we initially got a bearish reaction. We're just kind of sideways now. But it's very choppy. A lot of up wicks, down wicks, sideways, neutral, choppy action here. We do have CPI next week. That'll move markets more than any of this stuff. Remember. Apple looks to be testing the lows and going down from this data here. A lot of neutrality right now in the markets, guys. All right, we just covered. We got ourselves green on the day. We were shorting a little bit into the little bounce that we got afterwards. So we are up about 50 bucks on the day right now, about $50 on the day, shorting into that little pop that we got. I'll take it. I mean, it's a green day, but again, we'll see what happens. Shorted into it, caught the breakdown from it. I see Apple looking very weak here too. Just made a little bit more piggybacking off of that weakness here. We are up about 75 on the day. Yeah, the data dropped. We already covered it. Inflation expectations came in a little bit higher than expected at 4.2%. Current conditions came in at 72.6 versus 68. Consumer sentiment came in at 66.4 versus 65, and consumer expectations came in at 62.3. Again, subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. It's a slow day. I'm going to go ahead and close it down and enjoy the weekend, guys. If you haven't checked out Top Step, again, Top Step is a funded account program for futures in which they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split once you're funded. Great way to test your skill as a trader without risking a lot. And trading is about learning how to perform under pressure. This is a really good way to do it. You can find the link in the description. You get 20% off through my link. No PDT in futures. Easiest way to get around the PDT rule as well as futures market. Also check out Chart Prime. Chart Prime is a trading view indicator service. And so you can use it on stocks, crypto, Forex, futures for Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service in which, they give you custom alerts, custom indicators. You can use it on the SPY. You can use it on the E-mini futures contract as well to try to catch some of this range. Really, really useful, to be honest, for me. Because it automatically documents support or resistance. It shows me bearish engulfing candles, bullish engulfing candles. It shows you actual chart patterns as well. Like if you zoom out and you look at the actual chart patterns, it's very useful in that regard also. And again, it can just be inherently useful. I can't guarantee you're going to make money. But, again, the alerts that they give you are pretty useful here. Like here's a day not too long ago. If you look at this, right? So it gives you these custom alerts. Reversals down, you get a nice drop. Reversal up, you get a bounce. Reversal up, you get a bounce. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. The real edge, in my opinion, is when you find a lot of them that show up together at once. Like look at all these. 3 candlestick patterns and a reversal up signal, and from that you get a bounce over like a 2-hour period. Of course, this is not typical. You're not going to be able to, I can't guarantee you're going to make money, reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce, but they can be accurate. Again, it all bases using it with your trading, not basing your trades fully off of this, but using it to influence momentum can be helpful. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to make money, and they are a sponsor of mine, and so I'm definitely biased in their favor. But if you want to check out Chart Prime, link for that is in the description as well. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Good luck. Y'all be safe this weekend. Have a good weekend. Be safe for the Super Bowl. Y'all have a good day, guys. We'll see you guys a little bit later. And, be safe, team.